We present The Perishing of the Pendragons, adapted by John Scotney, with Andrew Sachs as Father Brown.
Hearts of oak are our men, jolly tars are our ships. No, pardon, Father Brown. It's hearts of oak are our ships, jolly tars are our men. We always are ready. Steady, boys, steady.
Well done, Monsieur Flambeau.
Oh, thank you, Sir Cecil. The life on the briny, eh, Father Brown? The ozone. I told you a sea trip would do you good. You've been working too hard.
Yes, it's most kind of you, Sir Cecil, to take us out on your yacht. Is this the harbour?
Harbour?
Yes.
Good Lord, no, Father Brown. We've tons of time yet to get the roses back in the cheeks.
Oh.
Look at that,
Yes.
eh? Always say Cornwall looks its best from the sea, especially this time in the evening.
Yes, and I'm sure you're right. When exactly will we put into the harbour?
I thought we'd put into Newlyn. Pretty little fishing place, full of these painter Johnnies.
Yes, is it very far to Newlyn?
What?
Do we get there quite soon?
I say, look at those rocks. Do you see them, Father Brown? Do you see?
Yes, I do. You were saying how far it is to this Newlyn.
Look. Oh, that's one. It's just like old Merlin, the wizard. Oh, and the other. Oh, I'll swear it's a dragon. Yes, a dragon.
Say, Father Brown, you all right? You're looking a bit green about the gills. Bit of the old mal de mer?
Yes. Well, no. I mean... Oh, dear. I'm afraid I'm not a very good sailor. Is it a long way to Newlyn, Sir Cecil?
Newlyn? Not... Well, yes, to be honest, it is a bit of...
Oh, dear.
Look, I'll tell you what we'll do.
Yes.
You see that river mouth coming up?
Yes.
We'll put in there. Glorious, isn't it?
Yes. Looks very pretty in the sunset. In there.
Marvellous sunsets in these parts. Yes, there's a splendid old boy lives there. I'd like you to meet him. Hard a port, Mr. Tregear.
Begging your pardon, sir, but no. Won't do. We can't turn yet.
How do you mean, man?
Them rocks this gentleman mentioned, there's hidden reefs about 'em.
Oh.
Turn in now and we'll certain strike 'em.
Oh, well, perhaps then...
Wouldn't do you no good swimming neither.
Good Lord.
Turn now, sir, and we wouldn't be the first to get ourselves drowned there.
Oh, dear.
I say.
No, nor the second neither.
Well, maybe we'd better press on then, huh? Turn in over there.
Go too far, sir, and we strike those rocks you said was like a dragon.
But does that mean we can't put in at all, Mr. Tregear?
I'll be well if we bide our time, sir.
But it'll be dark soon. Won't that make it even more dangerous?
Safer in the dark, Your Honour. See that coast light up there?
Hmm?
We've a saying in these parts.
Yes?
Yes?
Both eyes bright. She's all right. One eye winks. Down she sinks.
What is it you say?
Looky, sir. See there? If you can only see that one light, you doesn't turn in. But in a few minutes, we'll see a second light.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Iron thing, full of blazing pitch. When you can see both, you turn sharp a port. You go too far, why then you lose sight of this here light.
Extraordinary.
'Cause that's dangerous too.
Father Brown?
Turning too late, see? You've got to be nippy.
Really? Oh, that is interesting. Very interesting. Don't you think so, Father Brown? Father Brown?
Yes. If you'll excuse me, gentlemen, I think I'd better go below.
Oh, pauvre Father Brown.
Poor chap.
Hearts of oak are our ships, jolly tars are our men. We always are ready.
Two eyes bright.
Right. She's
all right.
All right.
One eye blinks. Down she sinks.
Voilà. You're right, Mr. Tregear. It works.
Aye, sir, it do work.
But supposing there was some other light, wouldn't that confuse you?
They passed a special act of Parliament against any other light showing seaward, sir. Seeing as there'd been some incidents.
Incidents?
I think Mr. Tregear means wreckers. People who set up false lights to lure ships onto the rocks and steal the cargo.
Yes, I have known such dreadful people. Why, I too once...
The seafaring tradition on these coasts isn't all wicked, of course. As great or greater seamen came from Cornwall as from Devon. You'll meet one when we meet the old sea dog we call the Admiral.
The Admiral?
Yes. There's his landing stage now.
Ah, yes.
Shouldn't you call Father Brown? The river water's calm enough.
Oh, I think he'd rather wait until we're safely tied up.
Oh, there you are. That's it. She's all tied up, safe and secure, Mr. Tregear.
Thank you kindly, Sir Cecil. But I'll just step ashore and check it myself, if you don't mind.
Very well. As you wish. Now, Father Brown, how do you feel now you're safe on dry land?
Oh, much better, thank you. Oh, in the evening air, the scents are so much stronger. Oh, that's strange. What's that?
Oh, that'll be some exotic plant the old Admiral brought back from his travels. He sailed all over the world, you know, trying to make his fortune and bring back a bit of the old ready. But he reckons all he made was a few enemies, and all he brought back were these plants you can smell, and a few curios. Got no cash, though he lives as if he really were an admiral.
Ah, yes, you said before you call him the Admiral.
Everyone calls Captain Pendragon that, though really he was in the merchant service. Mind you, his ward, his nephew, he's just been commissioned in the King's Navy. Tickle the old boy pink, that did.
No, there's another smell. Is there a kerosene lamp about?
Oh, never mind the smells. Have you seen this wooden tower?
Oh, good heavens, it's huge. As if it were built by a giant carpenter.
Rather a cack-handed giant.
Oh, look, there. Maybe that's where the smell came from. Do you see? There are some people with a little fire.
Just some campers, I expect. You always get a few at this time. Though usually the old Admiral chases them away.
If he doesn't like the campers, are you sure he'll want to meet us? Turning up out of the blue like this?
Oh, of course he will. Knew Walter. That's his nephew at school. The rich little tyke was my fag.
Fag?
Yes. Inherited the family fortune when he was 12. Ghastly accident. Killed his father and mother, and the Admiral became his guardian. Didn't let young Walter see much of the money. Reckoned it'd spoil him. Wanted to keep it intact till he came of age. Anyway, come on. We must meet the old pirate.
How do we find our way to the house? It seems very dark.
Oh, simple, old boy. Just follow this wooden fence. It's not far. Look, there's the house. Bit hard to see. Got no windows facing seawards.
There's a man there with a cutlass.
Dash it all, no windows. That must be because of the Bally Act of Parliament Tregear told us about.
He's attacking... He's attacking a fence.
Who's that? Let him use his private land. What do you think you're doing? Who are you?
Admiral, it's only me.
Huh?
Cecil? Fanshawe? Sir Cecil Fanshawe.
Fanshawe? Oh, yeah. Cecil Fanshawe, Walter's friend. Look, Fanshawe, I'm afraid you've chosen rather an awkward moment.
I feel we've come at the wrong moment.
Yes, perhaps we should...
Look, Admiral, if you'd rather we...
Well, it's not... No, what am I saying? Come on up.
Oh, are you
Delighted to
quite
see you.
Are you sure?
Of course. These friends of yours, are they?
Father Brown and Monsieur Flambeau.
Enchanté, Amiral.
We met in Falmouth, where Father Brown is convalescing.
Glad to make your acquaintance, gentlemen.
Tell me, Admiral, do you generally attack the scenery with a sword whenever you want to go for a walk?
No, you've got to cut down this fence somehow. It's spoiling all the plants, and this old cutlass come to hand. Besides, gives me a chance to work off the frustration of being stuck here when I'm used to sailing all over the world. For that matter, hacking me way through the green poisonous jungle. Not this half-rotten fencing.
Why do you stay here then, sir, instead of going back to the sea?
So some confounded old bargain scribbled in a family Bible. But to what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Father Brown felt a little seasick.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I wanted them to see your famous tower.
What? That old monstrosity?
Oh, come on now, Admiral. It mayn't look pretty, but It's a romantic old place. They say, Monsieur Flambeau, that the wife of one of the Admiral's ancestors built it so she could see her husband's ship returning from fighting the Armada.
Oh, really?
Oh, stuff and nonsense, Fanshawe. You live in Cornwall a bit longer, you'll soon learn that the Cornish spin these yarns for the benefit of you foreigners. Behind the fairy stories, we're a practical people. Trevithick, he was a Cornishman, don't forget.
Who is this?
The locomotive engineer.
Ah, that's it. And Sir Humphrey Davy, the miners' safety lamp man. And that tower, too, that had a purely practical purpose. I'll tell you about it, if you'll join me for dinner. To tell the truth, I'd be glad of a bit of company.
Well, that is extremely kind of you, but I'm not sure. Father Brown?
Well, yes, I'd like to stay very much, if it's convenient for you, Sir Cecil.
Oh, yes, splendid. I'll just nip back and tell Tregear to rustle himself up something on board. Excuse me.
Well, this way, gentlemen. Oh, I'd better warn you, don't be frightened by my servants. They're a couple of fellas I brought back from the Cannibal Islands.
Cannibal?
Fearsome looking, but wonderful sailors and as loyal as dogs.
Oh, I see your house is a little sturdier than the tower.
Ah, yes, most of the building round here is good solid granite. But the tower had to be built quickly. And it happened that a brigantine had smashed herself against the rocks, so they used the timbers and planks. You probably noticed the wood was covered in tar and pitch.
Aha, that was your kerosene smell, Father Brown.
Well, perhaps it was. But doesn't all that wood and tar make for something of a fire risk?
I say, we saw some people camping there, and they'd lit a fire.
Yes.
That they be God.
Indeed.
Thank you for telling me. Good. Here we are. Come in, gentlemen. Come in.
Merci, Amiral.
Now, what will you drink? The choice is small, but there's plenty of it. I can offer you rum, brandy, champagne, or the local cider.
Oh, rum, brandy, champagne. Rum, please.
And may I have the cider?
Now, Chummy, you bring quick, 2 big fella rum, 1 jug cider, chop.
Yes, Admiral Boss.
You bear a famous name, Captain Pendragon.
Yes, I suppose I do. All Cornishmen claim to be related to King Arthur, but maybe we have a better claim than most. Why, I did hear tell
What
that...
is the Admiral telling you about his family? Comes from great seafaring stock, don't you know?
Captain, Mr. Fanshawe was telling us before the Devon seamen weren't a patch on their Cornish neighbours.
That's as maybe. But I'll tell you, they weren't like the swashbuckling Devon men the Cornish sailors were. They were hard and stubborn men, like Grenville of the Revenge, Captain Bligh, or my old forebear, Sir Peter Pendragon.
Speaking of ships and sailors, there seems to be some sort of carving of a ship on this beam, and how strange. Do you mind if I clamber up and have a look at it?
Oh, that. Oh, yeah, why not? You're bound to hear of it
so much.
sooner or later.
Yes, thank you. That's thank you so much. Oh, yes. Ah, there's an old sailing ship. Oh, what's this? Well, it could be a man standing up in the water, waving his arms. And this must be the tower.
It was first built in the late 18th century against French privateers. It was a lookout tower. You Frenchies used to raid these coasts.
Oh, now, look here.
Anyway, my ancestor Peter Pendragon and some other local gentlemen got together to equip a fast brig with guns, got letters of marque from the king, and set out to give you lot a taste of your own medicine.
I assure you...
And the old wooden tower was their lookout.
Yes, I see. Now, would you just help me down?
One day our brig, the Boscawen, went out to intercept a privateer, or rather a pirate, for it turned out she was a Barbary corsair from Algiers.
No, not French.
Well, anyway, she was sunk with all hands, except for 3 officers, or whatever they call themselves. They escaped in a boat with a chest of treasure, but they were picked up by the brig, her master being my ancestor.
Oh, that's Peter Pendragon.
Yes.
Yes, now, could you just help me
Anyway,
down?
as they were coming into this river, old Peter threw all 3 overboard.
What?
Could you just help me down?
Oh,
I'm so
there
sorry.
you are.
Thank you so. That's so kind. Thank
Well,
you so much.
2 drowned immediately,
Yes.
but the 3rd struck shallower water and raised his arms and shouted something in their heathen tongue before the current caught him and swept him away. And the superstitious folk round here reckoned he was cursing my family. That's a story you can see carved on the beam, Father Brown.
Aïe, quelle histoire.
Anyway, that money was the foundation of our family fortunes, all founded on a blackamoor pirate's gold. Yeah, and speaking of blackamoors, where's our drinks? Tommy, why you long time bugger off? Quick!
Me coming, Admiral Boss, me coming. Me sorry.
Thank you, Captain. That was an excellent meal.
Yes, I don't do myself badly. And Jackie, he's the other boy. He's a half-decent cook.
Oh, from the Cannibal Islands, you say?
Would you have some brandy with your coffee?
Thanks.
Thank you very much, yes.
Yes. I fear we must be away soon, Captain Pendragon.
No. Stay the night. There's plenty of room.
Oh.
Frightfully decent of you.
Anyway, I'd like you to meet my nephew.
Walter?
Yeah. He's bringing his fiancée over in his sloop from Plymouth. Telegraphed to say he'd arrive about midnight.
Fiancé? I say, what's this?
Charming girl. Mind you, I've told him he can't marry till he comes of age. But that won't be long.
Isn't it dangerous sailing in so late?
Maybe. But he knows these waters well enough. Besides, there's a trick to finding the passage at night.
Both eyes bright, she's all right. By Jove, Captain, your brandy is as good as your champagne.
As I say, I like to do myself well. It's some consolation for being stuck here instead of being at sea.
Oh, yes, you said there was some reason for this. Something to do with the family Bible.
Ah, yes, I'll show you.
Oh, thank you so
Here.
much.
Here we are. See? We all set our hand to it.
Yes.
See? Me, my father, and my brother, and that childish hand, that's Walter.
We, the undersigned, do hereby... What's the point of it?
The point? Well, my father had just two boys, me and my elder brother John. Our poor mother died young. I've always been a bachelor, but John married. Walter, my ward, is his son.
Yes.
The sea was in our blood, and we were each master of one of the family vessels. The business side was left to our agents. My father commanded the Boscawen. The name had become a family tradition. It was our largest vessel on the Australian run. We had mining interests there.
And you were in the South Seas.
I was.
I'm sorry, I still don't understand. This has something to do with the Muslim's curse?
That it has. Over the years, we had our share of tragedies and misfortunes as a family, perhaps no more than happens to any other family that votes all its sons to sea. But my father, now, he was a strange man, and as he grew older, he grew stranger. In many ways, he was as sceptical as I am, but he became obsessed with this curse idea. Eventually, he developed a notion to settle whether it was truth or trash. If all us Pendragons sailed about anyhow, he thought there'd be too much chance of natural catastrophes to prove anything. But if we went to sea, one at a time, and in strict order of succession to the family property, he reckoned it'd show whether any connected fate followed the family.
So you were recalled?
Yes. And my elder brother, and made us swear on this here Bible. It was a silly, superstitious notion, I thought. And I quarrelled with my father pretty heartily over it, for I was ambitious, and besides, had to make my own way in life. Yet I was to be left to the last, coming in succession even after my young nephew and his son, should he have any.
What about your nephew?
I tried to dissuade him from the sea. Reckoned if he stayed ashore, I could go back, but, well, salt water's in the blood, and I'm proud enough of him now he bears the king's commission. Anyway, it's a foolish, irrational thing, and I yarned on far too long about it. You never drop more brandy.
Your handshaking, Captain. Is something troubling you?
No, gentlemen, no! I will not believe the Pendragons are accursed. I will not!
Admiral!
Are you all right?
I tell you, if you'd known the tragedy I have. Even you, Father Brown, would have to become an atheist and a skeptic to keep sane in all this devilry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm a little distraught.
Oh, dear fellow, I wish you'd sit down.
If you'll excuse me, I'll just take myself for a breath of fresh air. That should do the trick. Help yourselves. There's some more brandy and coffee. Excuse me.
Would you like us to come with you?
No, thank you. I'd rather be alone. I won't be long.
Well, Well, you can't blame the old boy for being a bit het up. I don't care what he says. I reckon there must be something in the curse idea after what happened to his family.
His father and brother both died at sea, I fear?
Yes. His father's ship was wrecked off Tasmania. Then only a few months later, the Admiral's brother and sister-in-law, Walter's parents, were drowned off this very coast.
Really?
They'd been out in their little pleasure boat. It got a bit late. They were apparently coming back, and then... Well, no one quite knows what happened. But the incident certainly reinforced the old idea of the curse.
How?
They seem to have drowned in roughly the same place where Sir Peter threw the pirates overboard, the sunken reef by the rock you saw. Then, the very same night it happened, the old tower caught fire. The Admiral and his 2 servants spent half the night fighting the flames. People around here saw it as a sign.
Do you know, I think I might imitate the Admiral and take a stroll in the night air. Will you come too, Flambeau?
Certainly.
I won't, if you don't mind. Too comfortable here.
No. Perhaps you could ask the cannibal gentleman to brew up some more coffee. This has got a little cold. Come, Flambeau, you'll need your stick. Here we are again, the tower. There should be a hose somewhere, Flambeau. Do you see one?
Yeah, there's one here.
Yes, well, bring it over, would you?
What do you want it for?
Can't you smell anything?
Good Lord. Smoke?
Yes, and there's no smoke without fire. Look, the tower.
Mon Dieu, it's alight.
Help me with the hose. We might be in time to contain it.
Here, lucky we hadn't gone to bed. I suppose it can't spread to the house.
Well, you may remember that fence that might have carried it was cut away.
Look, the door's open. Point the hose inside.
Oh, yes.
This way, over here.
Yes. Oh,
over
goodness,
here.
Yes, I'm doing my best here.
Come on. Great God, there's someone in the tower. It's the Admiral.
Put that hose down! Put that hose down, all right?
Look out, Flambeau, he's got his cutlass.
Why, you...
Well done, Father Brown.
Flambeau, your sword stick.
I have it. En garde.
Try and hold him. I'll deal with the fire. Yes. Flambeau, what's happening? The hose is... Oh, I see. The loyal retainers.
We're here, Admiral Boss. What do you want us to do?
Kill us, Admiral Boss! Kill us! Tommy, Jackie, good man!
Look out, Flambeau, he's got some kind of blowpipe.
Mon Dieu.
Drop your weapons. Drop it. Quickly, that was just to warn you.
Oh, Mr. Tregear, you arrived in the nick of time.
Hold still, Admiral.
Never!
Stop him. Shoot, man. Oh, he's escaped. He's dived in.
No, sir, he's not escaped. I told you, there's no escape from the caverns here.
Oh, my goodness me, is there nothing we can do?
No, nothing. Now, if you tied up these 2 headhunters, there's some rope over there.
Of course.
I say, what's happening?
No time to explain now. You weren't able to keep the servants in the house.
No, as soon as I mentioned you'd popped out for a stroll, they jabbered something and dashed off themselves.
Right, they are secure now.
Sir Cecil.
Why, Tregear, what are you doing here? And why have you got my starting pistol?
A starting pistol? The bullets are all blanks?
Yes, well, you see, I heard the commotion, and it was the only weapon of any kind on the yard.
You're a brave man, sir. I salute you. But, Father Brown, I still don't understand what it's all about.
Both eyes bright, she's all right. One eye blinks, down she sinks. Mr. Tregear, you said that in entering the river, you had to be very nippy as soon as you saw the second light.
That's right, sir.
And Walter Pendragon, coming down the channel, could easily mistake the burning tower for the second light.
We must sail out and try and catch it.
Yes, I was expecting you gentlemen back. I've got the auxiliary engine going.
Oh, come then, there's not a moment to lose.
Still no sign, and it's nearly 1 o'clock.
If he's under sail, he's got a hard job coming here with the wind in this quarter. It's possible, but slow.
Tell me, did Captain Pendragon ever do any amateur acting?
Yes, he did, as a matter of fact. He was Sir Richard Grenville in the local pageant. He was very good when Grenville was mad, after the sinking of the Revenge.
Ah, I thought he acted his little breakdown rather well. When the clock struck 11 and he needed an excuse to get outside and start his bonfire.
Is that when you first suspected him?
No. No, I didn't really trust him from the first. To begin with, he wanted to get rid of us, and I thought, he's up to something. And then he welcomed us with open arms, and I wondered if he decided we might be useful as witnesses to establish some sort of alibi. And so it proved, We were to bear witness the fire was an accident, started by the campers, no doubt, so he would claim.
You know, I thought it was strange that when I told him about their fire, he complained to us, but he didn't go and tell them to put it out. Why didn't I think?
But he seemed such a decent old stick.
No, few men are what they seem. He felt he hadn't got the station in life he deserved. He complained of poverty, but he certainly lived well. And with Walter coming up to his 21st birthday and getting married, he saw the money slipping away from him forever. Yes, so he made his plan. He couldn't display another light to entrap the boat because of the Act of Parliament. But an accidental fire in the pitch-covered wooden tower helped along with a can or two of kerosene.
And I suppose that's how he killed his brother, too. With fire and water.
Well,
so, it seems the wicked uncle of legend very nearly got his estate. Well, But wait, look, over there. A sail, a white sail.
Oh,
It's
yes.
coming this way.
She's a sloop, all right. Could be the one. Hello there! Hello! Hello! No answer. What's her name, Sir Cecil?
Oh, dash it all, I've no idea. No, wait a minute. It's sea spray.
Hello, Sea Spray! Hello! Hello!
Hello? What is it?
Is Sub-Lieutenant Pendragon aboard?
Yes, that's me. What is it? Repeat, what is it?
Imperative you heave to at once, sir. You must heave to.
Very well. Am heaving to.
Yes, he's stopping. All's well.
Thank heavens for that. Oh, I feel better now. Oh dear, no. No, I feel worse. In all the excitement, I'd quite forgotten about my seasickness. But now, oh dear.
Oh, my poor friend.
Oh, well.
Well, never mind. After we get to Newland, you need never go near the sea again for months.
Oh, no. Oh, no, that's just the trouble. You see, I'm sailing to America next week.
In The Perishing of the Pendragons by G.K. Chesterton, the part of Father Brown was played by Andrew Sachs, Flambeau by Olivier Pierre, the Admiral, Edward Kelsey, Sir Cecil Fanshawe, Brian Hewlett, Tregear, Keith Crawshaw, Tommy and Walter, James Good. The Perishing of the Pendragons was adapted by John Scotney and directed from Bristol by Alec Reed.
We present The Arrow of Heaven, adapted by John Scotney, with Andrew Sachs as Father Brown.
The items on this list are all items prohibited from being imported into the United States of America. You got any of these?
Oh, may I see? No. Oh, good heavens, no. No.
Good. Anything to declare?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, there. I hope you've got your umbrella. Your famous umbrella.
My umbrella? I didn't think I had to declare it.
Just a little wisecrack. A joke, Father Brown, a joke.
Oh, but you know my name, but I've never been here before. How
know
happened
your
to-
name, Father Brown? Well, I reckon just about everyone in little old New York's heard of your exploits.
Really?
Father Brown,
Yes?
on behalf of the fraternity of New York Customs Officers, I'd like to welcome you to the United States of America.
Oh,
Boys, I can tell you Father Brown's clean, and I'm sure he'll be happy to answer your questions.
The Hoffman and the New York Bugle. Hey, Father Brown, how do you explain the recent crime wave in New York City, huh?
is there one?
Is there going to be a war, sir, between the German Kaiser and the British Empire this year, next year?
What, in your opinion, sir, will the American woman be wearing in 1940?
I would really...
Come on now, boys, come on. Give Father Brown a break.
Colonel Craig, thank heavens.
I've seen my nephew. He's bringing up the automobile outside, Father Brown.
Father Brown, are you staying at Brander Merton's castle?
Castle?
Yes, he is, boys.
Colonel Craig, you got any information on the latest measures Mr. Merton's taking to catch Daniel Dool?
Well, you tell me. I've been away in Europe the last couple of months.
Can you tell us where he keeps the Coptic cup?
No comment, boys, no comment.
Now, who do you think Daniel Doom is, Father Brown?
Oh, Daniel...
Now, gentlemen, please, we're only just off the boat. Father Brown is tired. He'll no doubt be issuing a press statement later. Come on now, thank you all. Thank you. This way, Father Brown. This way. Excuse us, boys.
Over here, Uncle Hickory, over here.
Hi there, son.
So, you got him away from the newsmen all right.
Those boys, I tell you, I'd rather face an Apache war party any day. This is my nephew, Father Brown. Father Brown, Captain Wayne.
Oh, how do you do, Captain?
It's an honor to meet you, sir.
Oh, I hardly think
Well, Uncle Hickory says you're rooming with us for a couple of days at old Brander's castle.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. Yes, your uncle and I met on shipboard, and as I had some time to spare before my conference, he kindly invited me to stay with him at Mr. Merton's. But what is this about a castle? I didn't know there were any castles in America.
Oh, this was shipped stone by stone from Scotland.
You don't
My
say.
old partner, Brander, he has to be mighty careful about his safety, and that old heap seemed pretty well the most secure building he could find. You wait till you see it.
Well, now, we'll stop a minute or two here at Mason's Hollow.
Oh, at last. I thought we were never going to stop.
Well, we've hardly come any distance. Mason's Hollow is only 50 miles from Manhattan itself.
Father Brown, my nephew's an aviator. His ideas and distance are based on flying. He considers it soon. Them machines will be as common in the United States as automobiles are now.
Oh, really? That is fascinating. Excuse me asking, Captain Wayne, but why do you call your uncle Hickory?
That was a nickname I picked up in the old days.
Oh, my uncle's kind of a modest man, Father Brown, but I can tell you, Hickory Crake was one of the most famous Indian scouts in the old frontier days.
Oh,
He's
shucks.
something of a living legend. That was before he quit to start trading with old Merton.
My nephew exaggerates, Father. Mind you, it's true I did have quite a lot to do with the engines. Fact in the end is, that's why I resigned. I got to like the engines a whole lot better than the guys who were destroying their way of life in the name of progress.
Oh, yes. Well, I can understand your point of view, Colonel. There was something else I wanted to ask you, if you don't mind.
Fire away.
What is all this business about Daniel Doom and the Coptic Cup? Is that a horse race?
Oh, no, sir, it's not. No, sirree.
The Coptic Cup is a sort of chalice, I suppose you'd call it, set with uncut precious stones of various kinds. It goes back certainly before the time of Mohammed.
It's led to the death of 2 millionaires who owned it.
Oh, I see. And Mr. Merton is the third owner. Is that why he fears for his safety?
Well, that's one reason. Though anyone in his possession has to be careful.
If you ask me, it's the main reason. The first victim was Titus P. Trant, the Copper King.
Mm-hmm.
Seems it was sort of an heirloom in his family. He got these threatening letters from someone calling himself Daniel Doom. Then one day he was found with his head in his own lily pond.
Goodness
The cup,
me.
it was in a bank vault, went with the rest of the property to a cousin of his called Brian Horde.
My goodness. And he, too, got letters signed Daniel Doom?
He sure did.
One day he was found lying at the foot of a cliff outside his seaside residence, buried dead.
Oh, man.
But the strange thing was the intruder, Daniel Doom or whoever he was, went out of his way to destroy an enormous number of papers, set fire to them, stocks, bonds, that kind of stuff. It left Horde's affairs in a hell of a mess.
Horde's widow had to sell the cup to sort out her financial problems.
I see. And Mr. Merton bought it, yes. Has he also had threatening letters?
I imagine he has.
Oh, I'm pretty sure of it. Brander keeps himself to himself these days. No one but his secretary sees his letters. But I've seen him real upset and annoyed with letters. Letters he tore up before the secretary saw them.
Hey, let's get out of here. See who's coming out of that drugstore?
That's that son of a bitch, Dragey. Too late. He's seen us.
Well, hi there, Colonel Craig, Captain Wayne.
Hello.
I'm real glad to see you two. I don't believe I've had the pleasure, sir.
Father Brown, Norman Drage.
Hello.
How do you do?
Will you give me a ride up to the house, Captain Wayne? It's one of my days for a business consultation with good old Brander.
All right, you better get in.
Oh.
Well, here we are. We have to stop here by the outer wall.
Oh, heavens. Oh, dear, what a grim sight.
That's Brander's private secretary's idea, John Wendell. He got that set up. It goes right round the grounds with just that one locked door, and that's armor-plated. The wall's capped with steel. You can run a powerful electric current right through it.
Good heavens.
Yeah. When you get to the castle itself, you have to enter by an enclosed elevator.
Having second thoughts about staying with Brander, Father Brown?
Oh, far from it, Mr. Drage. It is my duty to visit prisoners and all miserable men in captivity.
I know what you mean. Brander and me, we used to take our wagons deep into the heart of renegade territory, and he never worried. And now he's as scary as a jackrabbit. And what's the use of all these fortifications? You can't defend against the unexpected. Why, I remember once at Fort Bowie, I was there with Brander, a solitary Apache came up, one half-naked brave with just a little knife under the barrels of 50 carbines, yet he killed a trooper right up on the parapet.
What happened?
He threw it, quick as a flash. He threw that darn knife. Oh, hey, they've spotted us. They're opening the gates. Come on, let's get inside.
It's very kind of you to have me as your guest, Mr. Merton.
Not at all. In fact, I'd be glad of your advice. Hickory tells me you've got a pretty sharp reputation with regard to the criminal element, shall we say.
Oh, hardly, I'm afraid.
I'd be very glad if you'd join me for luncheon. And afterwards, I'd be grateful if you'd have a talk with me in private. When am I free this afternoon, John?
At 3:30, sir, just after you finish.
3:30 it is, then. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some private business to discuss with Drage here. You better come on through, Drage. I assume you won't be staying to lunch.
I know how much you'd like me to, Brander, but no, I won't. Thank you.
I'll leave you with my secretary, Father Brown, while I get this over with.
Oh, thank you so much.
Come on, Drage.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Yes, goodbye.
I'm very proud to have met you, sir. I've heard a lot about your reputation
Oh, no,
as a...
please don't mention my reputation, Mr. Wendell. I feel as though I'm some sort of exhibit in a museum.
Oh, as you wish, sir. Lunch is at 1 sharp. Mr. Merton likes his guests to be punctual for meals, I should warn you.
Oh.
After lunch, he generally spends an hour or so with his lawyer. Then I go through the afternoon's program with him. After that, I leave him alone for 15 minutes. He insists I do that each day at 3:15. Oh, excuse me. Harris?
Yes, sir?
Harris, Father Brown has an appointment with Mr. Merton at 3:30.
Yes, sir.
Harris is Mr. Merton's private bodyguard. He tries to make sure the boss is never left alone with strangers.
Really?
Or alone at all, really.
But you said he is alone at 3:15 each day?
Yes, for a quarter of an hour out of each 24 hours. That is all the real solitude he has.
Oh.
And that he insists on, and for a very curious reason.
Yes.
The Coptic cup is hidden somewhere in that room. None of us knows where, but every day he takes it out and worships it, you might say, alone.
Oh, dear, but isn't that dangerous? Is there a window? I don't know about these things, but surely someone knowing his habits with a rifle might...
No, there's no window, only a skylight, and that's the only door with Harris on the other side. You've seen the other precautions. The doors are all kept locked, and here's the switch to turn on the electrocuting current round the walls.
Oh.
And, of course, we're all armed.
Oh.
It's pretty unlikely Doom could get in, but if he did, he'd never get out.
How did you enjoy your first taste of American cooking, Father Brown?
It's quite delicious, Mr. Merton.
If you'd like to have some coffee, I'm sure John Wendell will be pleased to join you.
Of course. Oh, thank you.
Well, that's it then. Well, I'll see you both later.
Oh, indeed. Thank you, yes.
The cream and sugar, Father Brown?
Oh, how kind. Yes, please. Both. Yeah. Mr. Wendell, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I was just thinking, these precautions you've taken...
Yes?
Well, aren't they a little excessive? Mr. Merton is, in effect, a prisoner in his own house.
Maybe. He does complain sometimes. But this Daniel Doom is a kind of obsession with me. My full name is John Wendell Horde.
Horde? Wasn't that the name of the second victim?
He was my father, yes. Daniel Doom killed him and ruined my mother, as well as murdering Titus Trant, who is a kind of uncle to me. When the family went bust, Mr. Merton took me on here.
Yes. I gather this Daniel Doom destroyed a number of important papers at your father's house.
Yes. Seems like when he couldn't find the cup, in his rage he destroyed anything he could get his hands on. It was a crazy, senseless act.
Perhaps. Unless...
What?
Well, unless it was a deliberate act of cunning. After all, with the destruction of the shares and so forth, your mother presumably had to sell the cup.
What? Do you mean...
Well, it was just a thought. Oh, dear. That's been a tiring day. Would it be possible for me to have a doze in the guest suite until my appointment?
Oh, of course. Father Brown? Father Brown?
Where am I? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Yes.
If you'll come this way.
Thank you.
Harris, show Father Brown in, will you?
Yes, sir. This way, sir.
Thank you.
It's Father Brown for you, Mr. Mert. Jump in, Jehoshaphat!
What's the matter? Oh, God have mercy.
What is it? Father Brown, what is it? What's the matter?
I fear you must press your switch, Mr. Wendell.
Has he been shot?
Well, it depends what you mean by shot.
He's got an arrow in his neck, Mr. Wendell. And the skylight's wide open.
Here, let me see.
Oh,
so it is. And the Coptic cup. Why isn't the cup here? What's happened to it?
aren't you going to press your switch?
I sure am, and I'll set off the alarm, too.
Yes, indeed.
Harris, get onto the roof. He may still be there.
Yes, sir, Mr. Wendell.
Watch where you're going, huh? What the hell's happening, Wendell?
I'm afraid it's already happened.
Hey, Wendell, who is this little guy?
Father
huh?
Brown, this is Blake Barnard, Mr. Merton's lawyer. He's dead, Mr. Barnard.
So Brander's dead, is he? Sorry, I can't sound more surprised. I guess we all knew it was going to happen sometime.
An arrow from heaven, you might say.
Well, you might say that, Reverend. I say let's check the roof.
Harris is up there right now. Me, I'm going down to check the guard at the bottom of the elevator. Excuse me.
Oh, what's this arrow from heaven nonsense? You really believe it's a miracle?
Oh, no. Miracles are never shrouded in mystery. They're really quite straightforward. When I said an arrow from heaven, I was thinking of aviation. Here's Harris.
Well, if Daniel Doom was on the roof, he sure ain't there now. I'd best report back to Mr. Wendell. Where is he?
He's downstairs talking to the guards. Oh, Harris, when he's finished, would you ask him to have a word with me?
Sure thing, Reverend.
And by the way, did Mr. Wendell leave this floor at all while I was asleep?
No, sir. No, he didn't. He was here all the time. He was in his office when Mr. Merton was with Mr. Barnard here. Then he went to see Mr. Merton himself.
Yes.
Then when Mr. Merton was... Well, when I guess he was killed, he was with me. Hey, you don't suspect Mr. Wendell, do you, sir?
Oh, I suspect everyone, Mr. Harris. If you ask him to see me as soon as you can, please, as quickly as you can.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Do you have an address for Norman Drage, Mr. Barnard?
I do. He's in an apartment on the east side.
I'd like that address. And have you an automobile?
Right outside, with my chauffeur.
Good. Perhaps you'd be good enough to drive me to the flying field. I believe Captain Wayne and Colonel Craik are both there at the moment. And then if you drive to a station where I can get a train into New York...
Father Brown, I'm getting to like you. You're a hustler.
A hustler? Oh, really? A hustler? Here's Mr. Wendell.
You wanted to see me, Father Brown?
Yes, Mr. Wendell. For reasons that I'm sure you understand, you had to be the person I first suspected of murdering your employer.
I see.
But the actual circumstances of the murder seem to make that very unlikely. Have you informed Colonel Craik and Captain Wayne of what has happened?
No, not yet. I was just going to telephone the flying field.
Yes, I'd rather you didn't. Mr. Barnard has kindly agreed to take me to the flying field in his motor car. I think it would be best if we broke the news to them.
Why, howdy there, Bernard.
Hi, Colonel.
And Father Brown. This is an unexpected pleasure.
Well, I'm afraid Mr. Merton wasn't able to see me, and Mr. Barnard kindly drove me over. Is Captain Wayne about?
That's him up there now.
What?
He even took me up earlier.
They have machines that carry two people, then?
Sure do.
No, Mr. Barnard. Colonel Craik once saw an Indian kill a man by throwing a knife.
Is that so?
But I should imagine the bow and arrow was a more common weapon.
Well, it used to be. The old Sioux and Comanche braves could shoot an arrow straight as a bullet.
Yes.
And do it from the back of a pinto pony.
Yeah, even on the move?
Uh-huh.
They could shoot an arrow accurately?
They sure could. As long as you're properly balanced and brace yourself.
Sounds like you did it yourself, Hickory.
I had to go a few times, and I guess it wasn't so bad, but that's all ancient history now. Hey, see, here's my nephew Land.
Yes.
Peter,
Uncle Hickory.
we got visitors.
Father Brown, if I'd known you were coming, I'd have given you more of a show.
You seem to be doing pretty well as it was.
Oh, shucks, that was nothing. These kites are amazing. You wouldn't believe how maneuverable they are nowadays.
Yes, tell me, would it be possible to get within, say, 100 yards of a tree or a building?
100 yards? I could get you within 50 yards. You want to come up for a demonstration?
No, not just now, thank you. In fact, I've come to make an apology. I'm afraid I won't be able to join you for a meal this evening. Instead, I'd be grateful if you would meet me at Mr. Merton's house at 8:30.
Why, what is this? What's the matter?
Well, I'm afraid, I'm very much afraid Mr. Merton was killed.
What?
Yes, at about 3:25 today.
Good God. A pearl. God.
How did it happen?
By an arrow. Shot down through the skylight.
What the... Hey! Now I get it. What the hell? Are you standing up to tell us we murdered my old partner?
I don't understand.
This clever dick here was asking me all about shooting arrows while you're on the move and all about flying machines that can carry 2 people.
So?
Well, don't you see? He thinks you flew me up over Brander's house and then I shot the arrow down through the skylight.
I'm not accusing you of anything at the moment, but I would be grateful if you join us this evening.
Who's there?
Hello?
Who is it?
Mr. Drage?
Who the hell are you? Oh, it's you.
Oh, do you always greet your visitors with a revolver, Mr. Drage?
What do you want?
I just dropped by to tell you that Brander Merton has been murdered.
Has he? Well, let me tell you, he deserted 100 times over.
Oh, well, why didn't you murder him then? Why not, Mr. Drage?
Hey, wait a minute. You want to know why I didn't murder him? You're a nice sort of clergyman. Hey, if that's your way of saying I did, well, prove it, that's all. As for him, I reckon he was no loss.
Yes, he was. I would guess he was a loss to you. That's why you didn't kill him, even though I'm pretty sure you do know the identity of the so-called Daniel Doom.
What are you getting at?
Would you perhaps agree with me that, in the circumstances, all Mr. Merton's elaborate defences were a trifle absurd, as protection against Daniel Doom?
Daniel Doom? Let me tell you, he
didn't murder Brander Merton any more than you did.
You know.
A guess, Mr. Drage. I shall be at a little meeting at Mr. Merton's house at 8:30 this evening. At that meeting I shall voice certain suspicions about you. These suspicions may well be unfounded. If they are not, however, I suggest you use the next few hours to good effect. Do you understand?
Damn it, yes, I do understand. But
good. Then you've confirmed what I've suspected. Goodbye, Mr. Drage. I doubt if we shall meet again.
I don't like it at all. Come in.
Gentlemen, Father Brown.
Good evening, Father Brown.
Good evening, Mr. Barnard. Mr. Harris, will you join us too, please?
Yes, sir.
Now, is everyone here?
No, I'm afraid Mr. Drage and Mr. Wendell are missing.
Not to worry. I saw Mr. Drage and telephoned Mr. Wendell from New York. I told him he needn't attend.
Father Brown, what is this fiasco? I'm perfectly aware you believe Peter and I killed Brander.
Oh, I assure you I don't.
Why, you practically told us.
Yeah.
No, Captain Wayne. You told me. I felt it extremely unlikely that you went careering over the castle in a huge, noisy machine while an elderly gentleman leaned out at a perilous angle and unerringly shot a Red Indian arrow through a skylight. But I had to suspect everyone, and you had to prove your innocence.
And how the hell did they do that?
You were there, Mr. Barnard. You recall how, until they actually knew of the crime, they virtually fell over each other in explaining to us how they could have committed it.
Yeah.
Until they realized what they were accused of. Now, a guilty person would never have behaved like that. Besides, how did they steal the Coptic cup? Did they yank it up on a fishing line?
But the Coptic cup is missing.
In a sense. But I suspect it still lies hidden in whatever secret place Brander Merton concealed it. I don't believe he ever took the cup out today.
Then who did kill Brander? Wait, it wasn't Norman Drage?
Yes, you're right. It wasn't Norman Drage. Now, Drage is a criminal, but he didn't commit this crime. He was blackmailing Mr. Merton.
What?
Yes. His were the letters you saw Merton tearing up, Colonel. Well, he wasn't likely to kill the goose that laid the golden eggs.
So, who did it?
Well, Mr. Barnard, you were out of the room when the murder occurred. You had plenty of time to go up to the roof and come down. And from what you told me of the nature of Mr. Merton's business affairs, I've no doubt that as his confidential advisor, you could find a way to benefit from his death.
This is outrageous.
No. You were my principal suspect. But then, on the train, I remembered Mr. Craig's story about the Indian throwing the knife. And I realized I'd been a fool. Surely, if a knife can be used as a missile, then a missile, such as an arrow, could also be used as a knife.
Sure.
Brandon Merton was stabbed to death with an arrow pushed into his neck like a poignard.
Like a what?
Well, I'm told he kept some arrows in his office as souvenirs of his days on the frontier.
He did. He sure did. Why didn't I think?
Because, Mr. Craig, if an Indian has a knife, you naturally expect him to stab with it. If a man has an arrow in his neck, you expect it to have come from a bow. Especially if the murderer has the presence of mind to open a skylight and place the body beneath it. But, gentlemen, before I go on, I must tell you the substance of John Wendell's telephone conversation with me. He has given me permission to tell you. He has gone off to be alone with his conscience. I'm sorry to tell you that John Wendell caught up with Daniel Doom and killed him.
Well, I'll be. Good old Wendell. If he croaked Doom, he did a good day's work.
But Mr. Wayne, did not Daniel Doom deserve a fair trial?
You can't blame a man for downing a crook like that, Father Brown.
Of course
No,
not.
you can't.
Say, how did he get him, huh?
Oh, he stabbed him with an arrow. John Wendell Horde, for that was his full name,
Holy Toledo.
was, he admitted to me, obsessed with catching his father's murderer. Now, Drage somehow discovered that Brandon Merton was Daniel Doom and blackmailed him.
Doom?
And when John Wendell realized who Doom actually was, partly, I fear, through some hints I dropped, well, he confronted Merton with it. There was a struggle, and he seized the first weapon that came to hand.
Brander was actually Doom himself? I don't believe it. Craig, do you believe it?
Yes, I do.
What?
I've known Brander 40 years, and when he wanted something, nothing would stop him getting it, and he sure wanted that cup. Now, he's done some dirty things in his time, but get that, Harris? See who's calling?
Yes, Mr. Craig. Mr. Merton's residence. It's for you, Father Brown.
Oh, thank you. Hello, yes? Oh, dear me. Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, I feel I'm terribly to blame. I deeply, deeply regret to tell you, Mr. Wendell has taken his own life. God have mercy on his soul. And on mine.
Gosh, oh golly.
Well, I hate to say it, but I reckon that's a relief.
What in God's name do you mean?
That means that now we can hush the whole thing up, Father Brown.
Well, I, for one, am ready to tell the truth to the proper authorities.
Oh, no. We couldn't have a thing like this getting out.
Surely not.
Why, Brander Merton was a thing like the President of the United States. He was
Daniel Doom, a mad murderer for whom you had no pity, whom you thought was rightly slaughtered without trial. Very well, then. If Daniel Doom has got his deserts, Brander Merton has got his deserts. If that was good enough for Doom, by all that is holy, it is good enough for Merton. Take your wild justice or our dull legality, but in the name of Almighty God, let there be an equal lawlessness or an equal law. I asked poor Wendell to examine his conscience. I feel I must examine mine. I ask you, gentlemen, to do the same.
In The Arrow of Heaven by G.K. Chesterton, the part of Father Brown was played by Andrew Sachs, Barnard by Ed Bishop, Harris by Guy Gregory, Wendell by Andrew Branch, Norman Drage by Sean Prendergast, Brander Merton by Richard Durden, and Peter Wayne by Johnny Myers, Matt Craik by Harry Taub, and the Customs Officer by Tim Reynolds. The Arrow of Heaven was adapted by John Scotney, and the director from Bristol was Alec Reed. We present The Mistake of the Machine, adapted by John Scotney, with Andrew Sachs as Father Brown.
Hey, what in tarnation. Where's my flashlight? Hey, who's there? Hey, you, come here, Now, stop!
No! Leave me, please!
Oh, why? Now, come here now. I got a gun. I don't mind using it.
No, don't shoot me. I didn't. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, well, I just wonder where you're running from, friend. At this time of night, too. That's it. Now, slowly does it. Into the light of my flashlight here. Let's have a look at you.
Look, don't!
Keep your hands high. See, you sure are one very unlucky Irishman to run into me this time of night.
Who the devil are you?
The name's Greywood Usher. I'm governor of the jail here. And I guess I got a pretty fair idea who the devil you are, stranger. Come on now, this way. And I strongly advise you don't try anything funny.
Help yourself to sugar, John.
Oh, thank you, yes. Do you know, this is the first proper cup of tea I've had since I arrived in America. Well, it's good to see you again, old friend. Tell me, how does the life of a prison chaplain suit you?
Oh, not so bad, John. Not so bad. Apart from the difficulty in getting hold of decent tea. Yes, on the governor's theories.
The governor's theories? How do you mean?
Oh, he's a decent enough body, sure enough. Fellow named of Greywood Usher. But he has all these ideas about the application of scientific method to the detection and prevention of crime.
Oh.
Yes, and the gadgets. Huh?
Gadgets?
Yes. See, he's got this place full of gadgets, all designed to demonstrate these theories of his. I can tell you, they make the good St. Thomas's ontological proof of God's existence seem simple.
Yes, good old Aquinas. I wonder how many times at the seminary we sat up half the night arguing about him.
Yes, and setting the world and Mother Church to rights. Oh, they were grand days. Grand days.
That they were. How on earth did you know I was in Chicago, Jim?
I read it in the Pink Press.
The Pink?
The terrible so-called society papers they have here. The famous Father John Brown is visiting our city.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I thought to myself, can that be the little stubby English fella I knew all those years ago when we were both studying for the priesthood?
Dear, oh dear, all this fuss, it's terribly embarrassing.
Not to worry. You've been eclipsed by another visitor from over the water. Come to grace our fair city, as they say here. Oh, see for yourself.
Good heavens. The newspaper really is pink. Huh. Last Trick Todd, society's brightest widower, is once again on the freak dinner stunt. This time it's a slum evening. What on earth is all this about?
It's an Egypt's idea. They all go about in fancy dress. Last time, they had to dress up as babies or nurses. I saw them myself. His house, Pilgrim's Pond, he calls it. It's just down the road from here. Now, this time, it's a slum dinner. They all have to go as tramps, down and outs and so forth.
Oh, good heavens.
Yeah, but that wasn't the part I meant. Here, look. Listen to this. Tonight, the hospitable Todd entertains Lord Falconroy, a true-blooded British aristocrat fresh from England's Oak Grove.
Oh, say, how can they use language?
Go on. Read the rest of it yourself.
Let me see. Lord Falconroy is said to have been in the States in his youth. Fashion rumours a maybe reason for his return. Fashion rumours a maybe reason for his return in the person of last Trick's only child, Miss Etta Todd, who comes into a fortune of $12 million.
Yes, and they call themselves Republicans. Now, what do you make of it, John?
I think the journalist who wrote it should be put on a charge of murder.
What?
For murdering the English language.
Oh, come in, please.
Father O'Connor?
Governor.
I didn't know you had company here.
Yes, come in. We were just talking about you, so we were, weren't we? Sit down.
Thank you.
Well, Governor, this is an old friend of mine from England, Father Brown.
Father. Say, Are you the Father Brown, the noted criminologist?
Well, I don't know, am I?
Well, didn't I read about you
in the pink newspapers. Oh, dear, yes, I rather fear you may have done.
Father Brown, let me shake you by the hand.
Oh, it's...
Yeah, Usher's the name, Greywood Usher. It's an honor to have you in my jail.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you can spare the time, I'd sure like to discuss a few matters of mutual interest with you, but right now I got some pretty urgent business with Father O'Connor here. Now, Father, this is important. In your visits to the Sequa convict settlement, did you ever come across one Oscar Ryan? Now, you must know him. He's an Irish Catholic.
Oscar Ryan?
Yes.
No.
What?
I don't think so. Oscar Ryan? Well, it does sound...
Yeah.
No, sorry, no.
Now, that is a pity. I was hoping you might be able to identify him. After all, he is a Catholic. You sure you don't know him?
Well, I'm sure I've come across the name somewhere, though.
Why, you sure have. It's right there in that newspaper you got in your hand. There, you see. Convict escapes from Sequa. That's a convict settlement, Father Brown, about 30 miles from here. Now,
I see.
Apparently, this fella, Oscar Ryan, overpowered the warder on the north wall and took his gun and jumped down. They only had one guy on patrol on account it's so steep and dangerous there.
Didn't they find a note or something?
But they sure did. Here, it's in the paper. The warder was found bound and gagged. Beside him was a note reading, "I've taken the gun, but will use it only for self-defense. I mean no harm to any man but one. I'm keeping the bullet for Pilgrim's Pond."
Pilgrim's Pond, Jim? Isn't that where the...
Yes, it is.
Anyway, boys, have I got news for you? Jack Hill, he's the governor of Sequa, see? He's sure gonna eat dirt when he hears what I gotta tell him. He sure is.
And what's that, Mr. Usher?
Why, don't you see? I got him. I got Oscar Ryan in cell 25. I got the guy that bust out of his jail. Locked up safe in mine. I was out walking. Like to walk in the evening, gives me time to think. That's when I get my best ideas. Anyway, I saw this figure. Reckon I know an escaped convict when I see one, after all these years.
How, Governor?
Why, the obviously stolen, rough, ill-fitting clothes, the furtive, frightened manner when I turned my flashlight on him. It becomes second nature. You should know that. Didn't recognize him when I first saw him, though. Then I realized it had to be Ryan.
Why?
Well, first there was the Irish accent. Ryan is Irish.
But there are plenty of Irish in these parts, Governor. I'm glad it wasn't me you saw.
Ah, but he was also in the environs of Pilgrim's Pond. It wasn't a quarter of a mile behind him. And that's the place Ryan said he was making for in his note.
And what about the gun?
The gun?
Well, yes. Didn't he also say in the note that he was keeping a bullet for Pilgrim's Pond? I'm sure a bullet isn't half so useful without a gun.
Well, we found no gun on him. Luckily for me, I reckon. He must have got rid of it for some reason.
Or perhaps it had fulfilled its purpose?
Well, I don't know. Well, say, I better go and tell old man Todd the heat's off. You gentlemen feel like strolling over to Pilgrim's Pond with me?
I'm afraid I've things to do, Governor.
Father Brown, I'd greatly appreciate your company and conversation.
Well, yes, I'd like a breath of air. I find prison slightly enclosed.
As I said, Father Brown, Ayrton Todd is quite a character. He's one of those millionaires who rose on stepping stones.
Oh, yes, of our dead selves to higher things, perhaps.
Yes, that's it. You know, you English don't do justice to the climbing and aspiring power of our more remarkable citizens.
Oh?
Yeah, now you see a good-looking gray-haired man in evening dress, and you don't realize that 10 years ago he might have been in a tenement or in jail. Todd's like that. He made his pile pretty fast with the automobile craze. 10 years ago, he was nothing. You see, I looked him up in our records. I'm proud of our record system. Mm-hmm. I invented it myself.
Oh.
Yes, and I got the jackpot. Seems his little daughter, Etta, had a childhood sweetheart, an Irish laborer. And when old man Todd got rich, he threw this Irish fella out on his ear. Now, you know what his name was?
No, I can't say that I do.
Ryan O'Shea. remind you of anything, Ryan O'Shea?
Well, it sounds rather like Oscar Ryan reversed.
Father Brown, I can see your reputation's deserved. Now it all makes sense, you see. O'Shea, or Ryan, goes to the bad. He's jailed for 5 years. In jail, he reads all about this English lord and his little Etta, his childhood sweetheart.
See.
Anyway, here we are. This is Pilgrim's Pond. I'll ring the bell. Now, he gets all riled up and decides to bust out of jail so's to gun for Ireton Todd, who he believes has ruined his life.
I see.
Good evening, sir.
That it is, yes. I'm Governor Usher from the penitentiary. I'd like to speak to Mr. Todd.
I'm afraid Mr. Todd is out, sir.
Out? I thought he was having a party.
One of the guests has gone missing, sir. Lord Falconroy. Mr. Todd and the other guests are out trying to find him.
Well, I'll be. Lord Falconroy. Is Miss Etta about?
I believe I saw Miss Etta and a companion getting into her motor car. It seems you have just missed her.
Oh, I expect she's helping in the search.
No doubt, sir.
Well, when Mr. Todd gets back, you just tell him not to worry, because I've caught Oscar Ryan. That's me personally, Governor Usher.
I will convey that message to him, Mr. Usher.
What a fool I've been, Father Brown.
Oh, surely not, Mr. Usher.
I stupidly thought it was Todd that Ryan was gunning for, and I was wrong. No, Ryan was after his rival, my Lord Falconroy, and he got him. The English Lord Falconroy, who he learned was sweet on his little Etta Todd. That's why he threw the gun away. He'd slain his rival.
Oh?
It was a crime of jealousy, a crime passional. After he'd shot Falconroy, he'd no further use for the gun and threw the body in the pond, Pilgrim's Pond itself. It's a pretty deep pond, that is.
It is?
Yes, it is. Never mind. I got a trick or two up my sleeve still, Reverend. Let's get back. There's one or two things I'd like to show you at the pen. Might well interest a famous criminologist like yourself. Did you ever see a psychometric detector put into practice?
A what?
It's a pulsometer strapped to a man's wrist. It measures the heartbeats.
Good heavens, why?
Well, the variations in pulse rate tell me if he's lying.
What? How?
I reckon you English don't cotton to the march of science in these matters. I intend using the machine on Oscar Ryan, and in my opinion, the machine can't lie.
No machine can lie, Mr. Usher, nor can it tell the truth. But how does your machine work?
Well, I simply read a list of words to the subject and ask him in each case to reply with the first word that comes into his head. The machine records variations in his pulse. Now, the trick is to introduce some word connected with something quite different, yet in a list in which it occurs quite naturally.
Oh, I see. I think I do. If he's agitated by the word, his pulse will jump?
I'll prove to you it works. Now, here's Ryan's cell. I posted a warder outside.
I thought your system made that unnecessary.
Well, this is a special case. McGurk, how's the prisoner been behaving?
Not too badly, sir. He seems a bit resentful. He keeps on demanding to make a telephone call.
A telephone call? Well, open up, will you?
Come on, Ryan. Come on, out you come. There's the governor to see you.
All right. Look, I can't stick this much more. If you want to know all about...
Address the governor as sir.
Oh, very well. Sir!
Doyle! Brother Doyle! God, Kempis, will you look at that? It's Brother Doyle!
Quiet, you!
Swine!
I said quiet!
Look at him, the filthy swine!
I said quiet now, or you'll be in trouble.
You were saying, Ryan?
Nothing. What do you want to do with me?
Just a few simple tests. This way. Now, Ryan, I'm going to say some words to you, and I want you to reply with the first thing that comes into your head.
Very well.
Right. Bird.
Brain.
Oh. Robin.
Good fellow.
Owl.
Waverly Pen.
What?
No, it's an advertisement on the railway. They come as a boon and a blessing to men, the Pickwick, the Owl, and the Waverley Pen.
Oh. Wren.
Jenny.
Falcon.
What? What did you say?
Falcon, I said, Mr. Ryan. Falcon. As in falconery.
Falconer.
Canary.
Yellow.
All right. That'll do.
And my telephone call.
McGurk!
Sir?
Take the prisoner to a telephone.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and, McGurk, give me your notepad.
Oh, yes. Here it is.
All right. Now look this up in the files and call me.
Yes. Yeah, I understand. Come this way, you.
Well, Father Brown, you saw the way that needle jumped when I mentioned Falcon. And boy, did you see how it bounded when I began to make an R afterwards, like in Falcon Roy, the man he just killed. I reckon that's a sight more conclusive than a whole lot of gabble from unreliable human witnesses.
Well, yes, that's just the trouble. Human beings are so unreliable. Your reliable machine has to be worked by an unreliable machine.
What unreliable machine?
I mean man, the most unreliable machine I know of.
What? Do you mean that
No, I don't want to be rude. And I don't think you will consider man to be an offensive or inaccurate description of yourself. You observed his manner, the man you call Ryan, but who is to say he did not observe yours?
What do you mean?
But if you could tell by his manner that the word that might send him to the electrical chair had come, why shouldn't he be able to tell from your manner that you were about to speak that word?
I was cool as a cucumber.
Oh, yes. Well, criminals can be as cool as cucumbers, too. Though not, I think, this one. Yes, I'm sure you're fundamentally right. He was frightened of something.
Well, I'm mightily glad to hear you agree with me about something, Father Brown. Oh, that must be McGurk. Yes, McGurk? Ah, good. That's fine. Mighty fine. We'll be right over. I asked McGurk to check the files on Drugger Doyle. You recall the name the other prisoner called out when he saw Ryan?
Yes, Drugger Doyle. It seemed to produce a sort of reticence in him.
Yeah, well, it seems like McGurk's found something.
Doyle, William Michael, origin unknown, query Ireland.
There, you see?
Nickname Drugger Doyle.
Yes, why was that, Mr. McGurk?
Well, it seems it was to do with his modus operandi, Father. Apparently he was a handsome, well-bred seaman buck.
Well, that fits our man, anyhow.
Oh, that it does, sir. He used to make himself agreeable to barmaids and shop girls, that sort of poor, silly creature, and trick them out of their money. Oh, he was a species of grafter. Sometimes, though, he went a great deal farther, and they were found drugged with cigarettes or chocolates, and all their property, everything they had, was missing.
Hence the nickname.
Ah, yes, sir. By then, though, he'd moved on to bigger game. The spoiled daughters of the rich. You know the sort. Rich little darlings whose parents can't refuse them anything. And
Dirk, I'll have none of your socialism here.
Oh, sorry, sir, sorry. Anyhow, he was sent down several times, never got too long a sentence. Then one day, he overdid the dose. One of his victims was found dead, and Doyle disappeared from Chicago.
Oh, what a mean, depraved creature this Doyle sounds.
Sure does, Father. Well, with this against him, he'll be lucky to escape the chair, even if we don't find Falcon.
Sir, it says here that a character answering Doyle's description later turned up in New York, suspected of defrauding a wealthy widow out of over $1 million. Then he disappeared. That was 1908, sir.
5 years ago, just about the time Ryan was put away. I reckon my machine and my record system have just about done for Ryan. Ryan equals Doyle equals the electric hot seat.
What your methods have done for Mr. Ryan, whoever he may be, is save him from the electric chair. Mr. Usher, you've proved that Drugger Doyle, the wanted murderer, couldn't possibly be your Mr. Ryan.
How do you mean, Father?
Why, bless us all, because Oscar Ryan is unlikely to be guilty of all these mean, cowardly acts. Mr. McGurk here tells us that Drugger Doyle spent years wheedling small sums out of needy young girls.
Oh, that's right, sir.
Yes, and that he drugged and cheated and lied?
Yes.
Now, is that the kind of man who would dare to attack an armed warder, though unarmed himself?
Well,
Would he leap down from a high wall at considerable risk to his life? Would a man whose whole life is deception and lies leave a note to the police telling them where to look for him?
You mean the message about Pilgrim's Pond?
Yes. Doyle would only have said he was going to Pilgrim's Pond if he had no intention of going near the place. Saints alive, the two men's characters are utterly different. Drugger Doyle would never risk his life and his freedom to carry out an act of vengeance.
So the man I've got isn't Drugger Doyle?
No, that's not what I said. I said Oscar Ryan isn't your man.
Well, then what... Saving your cloth, Father, what in hell do you mean?
You remember, your prisoner made a telephone call, and unless I'm very much mistaken, he's already got his response.
Who is it? Come in.
It's only me, Governor.
Father O'Connor, I'm extremely busy.
Well, now, I'm truly sorry, Governor, but I've someone here who insists on seeing.
Yes, I do. Now, see here,
Don't you talk to Governor Russia like that.
Father O'Connor, I fully appreciate that as a priest, it is your duty to tend to tramps and hobos or whatever kind of down and out this fella is, but...
Are you, Usher, the idiot that came to my house?
What?
See here, Usher. You leave go of my guest. Keep him here for a split instant longer, and you'll feel pretty mean. I reckon I'm not a man with no pull.
Who is this hobo? Is the cosmos cracked or something?
Now, see here, Usher, I won't...
Who the hell are you, you bum?
The gentleman's name is Mr. Todd. Mr. Ireton Todd.
I fear you don't read the society papers properly, Mr. Usher. Remember, there's been a slum dinner at Pilgrim's Pond tonight, and one of the guests disappeared. Mr. Todd is a good host. He's come to collect his guest without even pausing to take off his slum fancy dress.
Wait a minute. What guest do you mean?
Why, Lord Falconroy, of course. Didn't my butler tell you?
Lord Falconroy?
Yes.
Mr. Todd, I apologize that I didn't recognize you, but I've got to tell you that I'm sorry to say that your guest, Lord Falconroy, is dead.
Dead? The man's mad. See here, you. Lord Falconroy telephoned me not 10 minutes ago.
I think, Mr. Usher, that Lord Falconroy is not dead.
I think I understand you, John. He is, in fact, gentlemen, in cell number 25.
Thank you. Someone's making sense at last. Cell 25. I'll go and collect him myself.
Hold on there. Are you saying that the man in rags I caught was Lord Falconroy?
That's right. Dressed in his fancy dress costume for the slum dinner. You said your machine couldn't make a mistake, and in one sense it didn't. But the other machine did, the machine that worked it. You assumed that the man in rags jumped at the name of Lord Falconroy because he was Lord Falconroy's murderer. He jumped at the name because he himself was Lord Falconroy.
Then why the blazes didn't he say so?
Well, perhaps he felt his flight and panic were hardly patrician.
Yes, perhaps in his terror he was glad to escape from the avenging arm of Oscar Ryan into the comparative security of a prison cell. I suspect he was just going to tell you who he really was when that fellow in the other cell opposite saw him and found another name for him.
You mean... Now, wait here. The man I caught really is Drugger Doyle? Lord Falconroy is Drugger Doyle?
It seems a strong possibility.
Yes, I think it is probable that Lord Falconroy and Drugger Doyle are one and the same.
Oh, I've no idea what you lunatics are talking about. But I demand that you release my guest immediately.
No, Mr. Todd, I will not release Lord Falconroy. I'm holding him pending investigation of a murder that occurred in... you got the file there, McGurk?
Yes, sir, here.
Thank you. In 1905 in the state of Illinois under his then alias of Drugger Doyle.
You'll answer to this, Usher.
I'm quite prepared to do that, Mr. Todd.
Mr. Todd, have you informed the police that your daughter is missing?
How the hell did... No, sir, I have not. My daughter is a very independent young lady. She frequently goes off without telling me. She can look after herself.
She'll be back tomorrow.
I see. And were any of the guests at your slum dinner dressed as convicts, may I ask?
Yes, it was my daughter's show. She had quite a few of her friends dressed like that. Look, I've had enough of this nonsense. I'll be round to see Falconroy in the morning with my lawyers. Good night.
Well, I shall be quite surprised tomorrow if the pink papers don't report something like astounding elopement of escaped convict with heiress, her childhood sweetheart.
Well, I'll be. I guess Etta arranged this whole freak dinner just to cover her getaway with Ryan. But why did Ryan want to kill Falconroy?
Well, it's all in the foils, sir. It seems before Todd got rich, Etta was one of the poor girls that Doyle deceived.
And when Etta told Ryan who Falconroy was, he decided to combine avenging her with their elopement.
Why didn't he kill him, John?
Oh, I imagine Falconroy fled when Ryan threatened him, and the lovers weren't prepared to jeopardize their plans to elope by pursuing him. Love mattered more to them than hatred, it would seem.
That is something. Imagine Lord High Falconroy being a fake.
Oh, he's no fake.
What?
No, he's a perfectly genuine peer of the realm. Mr. Usher, you don't do justice to the, climbing power of our more remarkable citizens. You see a good-looking grey-haired man with a title, and you don't realize that 10 years ago he might have been in jail.
In The Mistake of the Machine, by G.K. Chesterton, the part of Father Brown was played by Andrew Sachs. O'Connor by T.P. McKenna, McGurk by Billy Boyle, Usher by Don Fellows, The Prisoner by Brian Haynes, Todd by Ed Bishop, The Butler by Manning Wilson, and The Convict by Stuart Organ. The Mistake of the Machine was adapted by John Scotney, and the director from Bristol was Alec Reed. We present The Curse of the Golden Cross, adapted by John Scotney, with Andrew Sachs as Father Brown.
620 miles yesterday. I was nowhere near it.
Me neither. How about you, Professor?
I beg your pardon? What is this?
Oh, well, surely you know, Professor. Each day they run a kind of sweepstake on how far the ship has travelled.
What a curious notion. Some people will gamble on anything.
Hey, look who's coming up for air. Poor old Father Brown. Oh, he sure looks one very sick priest.
Father Brown, how are you feeling today?
Oh, not very well, I'm afraid, Lady Diana.
My poor fellow. Do sit down.
Yes, thank you, I will.
Father Brown.
Oh, yes.
Avoid jam.
I beg your pardon, Lady Diana.
Avoid jam, especially strawberry jam. That's the answer. I always do, and I'm never seasick. Except, curiously, once on a Nile steamer. But that could have been the pickled octopus. It tasted awfully funny, I remember.
Pickled... Oh, dear. Yes, I expect it was.
Rum and grapefruit juice. That's the cure. Or champagne with a measure of brandy.
That sounds like your style, Leonard.
Hey, you got any ideas, Prof? I confess I'm not a good traveler, but I generally manage to remain moderately healthy by avoiding alcohol and rich foods. Perhaps you might try some lemon tea, Father Brown.
Lemon tea? Oh, yes, perhaps I will.
Steward?
Yes, sir?
Bring us 2 glasses of lemon tea, will you?
Yes, sir.
I say, Professor, you're something of an expert on Byzantine thingies, aren't you?
I have written 8 or 9 books on various aspects of the Byzantine Empire. Yes.
But I've been looking through the New York papers we picked up just before we left. There's something about the body of a Byzantine bishop being found somewhere on the south coast, near Dover. Oh, right. Now, if I can ask you as a specialist in the field, isn't that pretty improbable in the 15th century? I mean, Dover's an awfully long way from Constantinople.
Dover's also a long way from Jerusalem. Plenty of crusaders made that journey 3 centuries earlier.
Oh, indeed, yeah.
But, Mr. Smythe, you say I'm a specialist in this field?
Well, that's what everyone says.
I must tell you, Mr. Smythe, that the hardest thing on earth is to specialize. How can a man know anything about Byzantium till he knows everything about Rome before it, and indeed about Islam? Why, take algebra.
But I won't take algebra, Professor Smale. I never did, and I never do. But I love anything really ancient. I was with Gatton in Egypt, you know, when he opened those first dynasty tomb things, and I got some jolly good bits for my collection.
Gatton, you say? He's an interesting man. That brother of his who went into Parliament, he was tipped for a cabinet office, you know.
We're not talking politics now, Prof. I'll lay you 6 to 4 you're going to visit that little village where they found this bishop in Kent. Isn't that it?
You know, Mr. Tarrant, Kent's pretty large as these little English sections go. You could wander in it for a goodish time, and it's a good place to wander in.
You don't say. I don't know about you, Diana. I feel like a drink.
Not before you've had a game of shovelboard with me.
Your word is my command. Excuse me, gentlemen. Reckon I'll join you. I'll lay you 10 to 1.
Join us if you like, but we're playing purely for fun. Goodbye, Father Brown.
Goodbye.
Professor Smale.
Lady Diana. Yes. Oh, dear. Lady Diana seems to have travelled very widely.
Lady Diana is the wife of a rich fool who doesn't know she's gallivanting about with that drunken, good-for-nothing Smythe, who, in turn, is no doubt being fleeced by my fellow countryman, the card sharp, Tarrant.
But what about her collection of antiquities and her travels? I believe she's been as far as Luxor in Egypt.
Thanks to Thomas Cook, Luxor is nowadays as easy to get to as Paris. They even had an English dance band and theatre company when I was last there.
Oh, really?
Your lemon tea, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you, Stuart. Thank you so much. Yes.
You know, Father Brown, you were pretty quiet during that conversation about the bishop.
I was?
Tell me, what do you think was the point of that little talk?
Well, it seemed to me that the company made 3 attempts to get you to talk about the corpse of a bishop found in Kent. And you, on your side, offered to talk about algebra, then politics, and then the Kent landscape.
In short, you thought I was ready to talk about any subject but that one. You were quite right.
Ah, yes. Oh, this lemon tea is excellent, Stuart.
Thank you, sir.
Now, see here, Father Brown. I've only known you a few days, but I consider you are about the wisest and straightest man I ever met.
Oh.
So I'm going to
What
tell
to say?
you why I was careful.
Yes.
No, plain scared of mentioning anything about the find. The con man Tarrant, by the way, he was right to guess that that's why I'm going to Europe to look at it.
Ah.
A couple of years ago, I was in Egypt. I got a call from Gatton. One of his colleagues had been doing some work on the 20th dynasty pharaohs. Their tombs are hollowed out deep in a reasonably remote valley.
That's the Valley of the Kings.
Exactly. All of these tombs were robbed in Roman times, but he'd found some evidence that people had been living in one in the 1st century.
Oh.
Of course, being an Egyptologist, Gatton wasn't interested in anything later than 1000 B.C., but he thought his finds might interest me. And they certainly did. I found the walls were covered in this symbol. Here, I'll draw it for you.
Oh, yes.
There.
Ah, yes, yes. It's the ichthus, the fish, the early symbol for Christ.
Yes, Father Brown. I believe that this tomb was used by the earliest Christian groups in Egypt to escape persecution, just like the catacombs in Rome. Only the catacombs were used as a refuge for the 3rd century persecution of Diocletian. These dated from Nero's persecution, only 20 or 30 years after Christ's death.
Good heavens.
I made my way along a maze of subterranean passages which led to a heap of broken vessels. Buried under this heap, I found a small gold cross. On the back was the same realistic fish design. Father Brown, I realized with awe that I was holding probably the earliest known item of Christian regalia, a cross that, for all I knew, might have belonged to St. Paul himself. Then the nightmare began.
How do you mean?
I started back. Everyone walking along stone passages knows what it is to be followed by phantom feet. The echo of one's own steps flapping along behind. The echo didn't worry me until I stopped to examine one of the painted figures on the wall and found the other feet did not stop.
Hey, hello? Is anyone there? Hello? I said, is anyone there? Oh, good God, what do you want?
You!
What do you mean?
You have something that belongs to me.
What?
A gold cross.
What do you mean it belongs to you?
It belongs to me. It would be better for you to return it.
I'm pretty unsuperstitious, Father Brown, but I confess I got scared. I began to run.
Get away, Professor.
Then we came to a long, straight passage. I could just make out a shape at the end.
Stop there! I can see you. I warn you. I got a gun.
No!
I said stop. Stop or I shoot. Very well.
The bullet bounced off the wall by my head.
That must have been frightening.
Strangely enough, I was reassured. At least I knew my pursuer was human. Ghosts, I imagine, don't carry modern firearms. Anyway, eventually I got out and made as much speed as I could back to my hotel in Luxor.
Mm-hmm.
Next day, a note arrived. I've got it here.
The cross is mine. I found it, but I was with another and could not remove it. When I came back yesterday to retrieve it, I found you had stolen it some minutes before. Return it to the place you found it, or you will die.
Over the last couple of years, I've received several similar messages.
Your tea's cold, sir. Would you like some more?
No, thanks.
Oh, well, I will. And could I have some chicken sandwiches, Stuart? Do you know, I'm beginning to feel better.
Yes, sir. I'll go and get them now.
Thank you so much, yes. Professor Smale, it's a disturbing story. But, what has it to do with the find in Kent?
The vicar at Dulham is something of an amateur archaeologist. Apparently, he met me at a conference some years back. He wrote to me to say that the bishop seemed to have a similar cross with him.
Good Lord.
It's perfectly understandable. In the early 15th century, the Byzantine emperors were hard-pressed by the Turks. They sent several embassies to Europe.
Mm-hmm.
The cross might have been a gift to Henry V. It wasn't long after Agincourt, and he was reckoned to be the best soldier in Europe.
You kept changing the subject over the bishop because you suspect one of our fellow passengers is your mysterious enemy?
I know it. This note arrived in my cabin this morning. You'll see the handwriting's the same.
Oh, yes, I see what you mean. The cross in Kent is mine by rights. Touch it and you die. He seems to have a rather dramatic turn of phrase. Have you any idea who it might be?
It could be anyone on board.
He may be me.
He may be anyone else. You're the only man I feel sure is not my enemy.
Well, oddly enough, I'm not. No. But the man, the person threatening you, might try to arrive at the village before you and impersonate you.
I hope my plan should take care of that.
Your plan?
I've telegraphed ahead for a fast automobile and a driver to be waiting for me at Southampton. It's only 140 miles to Dulham. I intend getting there before anyone else, and I'll wait. If any one of the passengers from this boat turns up there, I'll know my man and I'll have my revolver in my pocket. Father Brown, I hate to impose on you, but I'd be mighty grateful if you'd come with me to Dulham. We'll be there first, and we'll have the element of surprise on our side. I can't see anything going wrong. What in heaven's name is wrong with this automobile, driver?
Can't say as I can say, sir. Oh, hang on. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear.
Worse than I thought, sir. Oh, can't fix it on my own, I'm afraid.
Damned automobiles. We've been here an hour and 3/4. I wonder where the devil the nearest railroad station is.
I say, can you hear? Yes, it sounds like another motor car. Oh, yes, look, I say, stop!
Oh, hey!
Stop, please! Stop! Thank you!
Come here, young chap!
Yes.
I say,
Father Brown and Professor Smale.
Mr. Smythe, Lady Diana, this is very fortunate.
What are you doing in these parts, Smythe?
My dear Professor, your Byzantine bishop was simply too exciting to be missed. We simply had to come along.
Anything we can do to help, driver?
Best thing I can ask you to do, sir, is telephone this number. They'll send someone to tow us into Dover.
Will do, old man, will do. Now, Professor Smale, Father Brown, unless you want to walk the rest of the way, you'd better hop in. There's plenty of room.
Oh, thank you so much.
You come too, Professor. You must tell us all about this bishop, this discovery at Durham.
Oh, very well.
Here we are, safe and sound. Ah, this looks like the church.
Look at that. There's a telegraph office by the little station. Excuse me, I'll just go and telegraph the motor car company about the breakdown. I won't be long.
He seems very nervous, the professor.
Yes, I think he is.
Oh, look, over there, that roped-off hole by the church. That must be the excavation.
Come on. Let's go and have a look at it. May I help you, Father Brown?
Oh, yes, but what about Lady Diana?
Oh, I can look after myself, Father Brown. There, see? Come on, Leonard. I'll race you.
Hang on. There. You're all right now, Father Brown?
Thank you so much. So kind.
Right. You're on, Diana. Hey. Good God. Look who's coming out of the hole, the excavation place.
Oh, no, Leonard, it can't be.
That damned swine Tarrant. What the devil's he playing at?
Shh, darling. Why, Mr. Tarrant?
Lady Diana and Mr. Smythe and Father Brown.
Yes.
So, you've all come to look at the famous bishop too.
Yes.
I can tell you, it's quite something. It seems the old boy was embalmed. He's lying there as large as life and twice as natural. Come and have a look.
The vicar, shouldn't we see him first?
Oh, Mr. Walters, he's down here now. He was just coming out when I got here. Suddenly scurried back down again. Forgot his glasses or something. He's a real eccentric. Come down and meet him.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Mind the steps, Diana. They're pretty muddy.
Oh, gosh, a real tunnel. Isn't it spooky?
You wait till you hear about the curse.
What curse?
Mr. Walters, the vicar, he'll tell you. You all right, Father
Oh,
Brown?
yes, I think so. I can't see a thing. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Dear, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm rather short-sighted.
Oh, I beg your pardon. You can't be worse than me. Dear, 'tis dark.
I've only brought one candle down. I didn't expect visitors. I'm Mr. Walters, the vicar here. How do you
This
do?
is Father Brown, Mr. Walters. Oh, and may I introduce Lady Diana Wales?
Charmed.
Mr. Leonard Smythe.
I'm afraid it's a little cramped. Well, as you can see, or I hope you can see, here's the old bishop.
He's amazing. He looks almost alive. This.
Yes, apparently the Byzantines had brought the craft of embalming to an almost modern level.
Can I have a closer
No,
look?
I beg you. The coffin lid is only propped up by a stick. It's not safe.
Oh, but I must.
Stand back, darling. That lid looks pretty heavy.
Look at those vestments. They must be cloth of gold.
Right.
I've never seen anything like it. But what's this about a curse, Mr. Walters?
Briefly, it seems that one Guy of Geysos was lord of the manor here when the bishop passed through.
Yes.
Guy, who was something of a ruffian, attacked him and mortally injuring the old bishop, robbed him of all he had, including this gold cross. Wow. But before he died, the bishop proclaimed a curse on Guy and all others who should desecrate the sacred relic.
And did he die?
Yes. Guy died horribly of the plague a few months later, but not before he had disposed of the cross to a Jewish moneylender.
You're going to tell us something horrible happened to the Jew?
Yes, but first, Guy's son, who had become a monk, perhaps because he was disgusted by his father's banditry, made the Jew hand the cross back.
And how did he do that?
Apparently the Jew was his vassal.
Oh?
Yes, but you said something about the Jew dying a horrible death.
Oh, yes, by that time the Jew also had the plague, and he too died.
Oh.
The son returned the cross to the tomb, and to stop anyone touching it, added his own curse to that of the bishop, that anyone who so much as lays a finger on it will also be accursed. And here I am, holding it in my hand. Hello? Who's there?
Hello? Hello? Who's there?
What? Professor? What are you doing?
When I heard voices, I thought someone was robbing the tomb.
Well, you can put the revolver away, Prof. It's only us.
Are you here too?
Sure am. Came on the railroad. I was the first one here. What kept you, Professor?
I went to look for the vicar.
Oh, well, he's here.
Who is this person?
This is Professor Smale, Mr. Walters.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Say, don't I know you from somewhere?
Quite possibly, Professor. I've certainly been expecting you. If you'd care to come over here, I can show you the cross. This way.
Sorry. Sorry. My eyes aren't used to the light yet.
Over here by the bishop. I'm afraid there's only the one candle.
Over here. Hang on. Don't all crowd round.
What happened? I couldn't quite see. One of us, my God, it could have been me, must have caught the stick propping the lid up. Oh my God!
Well, come on, let's try and get the lid up.
Right here.
This is terrible. I must get help.
Come on, I think we've got it up enough, Mr. Smythe. Will you pull him out? Of course.
There. All right. He better be carried up into the air. I reckon there's a chance for him. Hey, give me a hand. We'll carry him out. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Right. Watch it. Gently does it. Yes. Careful now. Careful. There. Put him down. Put gently. That's it.
Under his
Yeah. He isn't dead, but I think it's pretty bad.
Yes. Mr. Smythe, would you go and get help in your motor car? Bring a doctor?
But hasn't the vicar gone?
Yes, well, I think you should go as well.
Yes,
Come on, Diana. Don't argue.
We'll be as quick as we can.
Thank you so much.
Well, I've done what I can for him.
Yes, it was very professional, Mr. Tarrant. You obviously know what you're doing.
My business, you have to know a bit about this sort of thing. I guess you must have realized I'm not what I seem.
Well, I thought of it about halfway through the voyage. I imagine you're a detective employed by Lady Diana's husband to follow her and Smythe. Are you?
Sure thing, Father
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
That's why I came here. Well, not to see the mummy. I came because I heard they were coming here. The lovebirds. By the way, why did you send them off? After the vicar's gone to get help.
Oh, I sent them off to get a doctor, as I said. You see, you're not the only person who isn't what you seem. How is he, Doctor? The Professor?
Well, I've given him a draft and he's resting now.
Oh, good.
He's very weak, but much better than he was this morning. It was your prompt action that saved him, Mr. Tarrant.
Indeed.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get back. I'll come again tomorrow. You're all staying here at the inn?
Yes, we thought it best, just for a day or so, until we're sure about Professor Smale's condition.
Well, you'll find it a pleasant enough place. If you can enjoy yourselves in the circumstances, there are some excellent walks by the cliffs.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening, Doctor. Thank you so much.
I don't think we shall be walking by the cliffs again. Not after what we found there just now.
What do you mean?
It's the bishop's curse. It's taken the vicar just as it did the professor.
What in the world has happened now?
Mr. Walters, the vicar, has committed suicide.
I don't believe
We've just found his black hat and clothes by the cliff top. He appears to have jumped into the sea. I suppose the shock of what he did unhinged him. In fact, I was just going to telephone the police to tell them of the vicar's death.
I already have telephoned them about the vicar's death. I expect they'll be here soon.
What? Well, how did you know?
Well, when? About an hour ago, Mr. Smythe, as soon as I felt able to leave the professor's bedside.
But we've only just...
How do you mean?
Well, Lady Diana,
You've travelled to the ends of the earth in search of ancient history, but what do you know about our own history? The men who built your own parish churches, framed our laws, gave their names to our towns. Now, I don't claim to know that much myself, but I do know that no Jew could have been the vassal of a feudal lord. They were all directly under the king. And in any case, in the early 15th century, there were no Jewish moneylenders in England. The Jews had all been expelled 100 years before by Edward I.
You mean the story of the curse wasn't true?
Indeed, I do mean that. It had nothing to do with the Middle Ages. It was made up by somebody whose notions of medieval life came from novels and melodramas. It was probably invented on the spur of the moment.
You mean the vicar made it up?
I mean the vicar's murderer did.
What's this about the vicar's murderer? I mean, how do you know he was murdered? Can't even be completely sure he's dead, or we haven't seen the body.
But you have seen his body, dressed in the bishop's golden robes and lit by a single candle. And you've seen his murderer.
Spinning us a romantic tale about a curse before dashing off and abandoning his stolen clothes on the cliff top.
Indeed so.
My God. Do you mean the corpse was actually the dead vicar and the man we talked to was his murderer?
Yes.
It sure was good of you to come to my lecture, Father Brown.
Not at all, not at all. It was extremely enlightening. In fact, I'm surprised you gave it, only 6 weeks after what happened to you.
Ooh, one has one's duty to one's students. Do you think he'll hang?
No. No, he's clearly a monomaniac, completely insane.
How did you realize it was him?
Well, I'm rather short-sighted, but like you, I thought I recognized him. And then it occurred to me that it isn't uncommon for actors to take jobs as ship's stewards between engagements. And you had mentioned there was a company of actors in Luxor when you were last there?
Yeah. Which was why he was able to impersonate the vicar so effectively.
Yes, and also perhaps explains the melodramatic quality of the notes.
But why do you think he killed the vicar?
I thought of that when he didn't seem to recognize you. If you remember, the steward wasn't present when you told me on board the ship. Do you remember that the vicar knew you by sight?
Oh.
Well, perhaps when he came to the village, he pretended to be you, and when Walters, the real vicar, realized he was fake, the steward simply killed him.
Poor fellow. Oh, and by the way, embalming was pretty rare in the 15th century, and there's no way the body would have been in that state of preservation.
Oh, really? So the card sharp was not a card sharp, the vicar wasn't a vicar, the mummy wasn't a mummy, and the medieval legend wasn't a medieval legend. Perhaps it's as well there are some eternal verities.
Yes. Do you know, I think I'm beginning to understand something. Something I never understood before.
Oh?
So the steward was mad. He was obsessed with one thing. Why should I worry because one madman among a million sane men leagued in a great society against him chooses to brag of pursuing me to death? The man who drew those fishes, the secret symbol of Christ, in the dark catacomb, he was pursued and persecuted too. He had his obsession, and the whole of supposedly sane society was against him, not in the dark tunnels, but ranged in ranks in the daylight, and owning all the earth and commanding all the armies and crowds.
Yes, yes. The fish was driven underground, will, I fear, be driven underground again, but it will come out into the daylight once more. As St. Anthony of Padua remarked, it is only fishes who survive the deluge.
In The Curse of the Golden Cross by G.K. Chesterton, the part of Father Brown was played by Andrew Sachs, Professor Smale by Tim Reynolds, Mr. Tarrant by Peter Marinka, Lady Diana Wales by Natasha Pine, Leonard Smythe by Peter Wickham, the steward, the vicar, and the voice by Terry O'Brien, the driver by Jonathan Taffler, and the doctor by Eric Stovell. The Curse of the Golden Cross was adapted by John Scotney, and the director from Bristol was Alec Reed. we present The Actor and the Alibi, adapted by John Scotney, with Andrew Sachs as Father Brown.
Excuse me?
Sorry, sir. The box office is shut at the moment.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't want to see the play.
No? Not many do, I'm afraid. Well, what can we do for you?
I had a message from your Mr. Jarvis.
Ah, well, I'm afraid he's rehearsing on stage at the moment.
Well, he said a Mr. Mandeville needed my help.
Of course, Father. It went out of my head, it did. Oh, I'm sorry. What with all the bother of the first night, Mr. Mandeville's at the back of the house, through here.
Ah, thank you.
Only, if you'll be as quiet as you can. They're in the middle of rehearsing.
Yes, of course.
It's Father Brown for you, Mr. Mandeville.
Oh, hello, Father Brown. Thank you for coming so quick.
Well, if you'll excuse me, gents.
How do you do, Mr. Mandeville?
Mundan Mandeville, Father. So, licensee and proprietor of the Hippolyum Theatre. Well, really, the name's Potter. Only you've got to call yourself something posh in this business, haven't you?
I suppose so. Mr. Jarvis said you needed my help, Mr. Mandeville.
That I do, Father Brown, that I do. It's Miss Moroni, a very beautiful, very talented little lady, but, well, you know, Italian background and the old Latin temperament. They're all mad, I reckon.
London, dearest, we'd be awfully grateful if you'll be a little quieter. We are trying to rehearse, and it does affect the concentration so.
Sorry, dear heart, only it's Father Brown, the priest. He's arrived.
Oh, Father Brown, it's very good of you to come. All right, everybody, break for 5 minutes. You bring Father Brown up here, Mother dear.
Yes, my love. This way, if you would, Father. Oh, I meant to ask, how come that you know Ashton?
Ashton? Oh, Mr. Jarvis. Well, he's a Catholic. He comes to Mass sometimes. Now,
Ashton
about
a
Miss...
Catholic, is he now?
Oh, Father
Oh,
Brown,
well.
do please come up. Mind the steps. They're only temporary.
Yes, thank you so much.
Careful now, Father Brown. That's it, that's it.
I really don't know why my husband troubled you, Father Brown, but thank you for coming. Oh, you've met Mr. Jarvis, of course.
Yes.
Morning, Father.
Morning.
You got my telephone message.
Oh, indeed.
I do hope you can help, Father Brown. I really do, I
Yes,
tell you.
Yes, well, so do I, but I do need to know what exactly your problem is with Miss Moroni.
She's been in a most peculiar mood ever since we started rehearsals.
She came to me highly recommended. I assure you, my dear, very highly recommended.
Yes, she is a very pretty girl.
I gave her every advantage, and she does this to me.
Does what?
Ah, yeah.
Good looks do nothing.
Mr. Jarvis.
She's locked herself in her dressing room, Father, refuses to come out, and has spent the last 3 hours alternately sobbing and shouting through the keyhole in Italian. Well, none of us speaks Italian, and you do, and she refuses to speak English.
Ah, now I understand. I suppose there is some reason for her flying off the handle like this. Does anyone know what it is?
Dissatisfied with her part, I believe.
I can only say, Father Brown, that she has been quite impossible all week. And I gave her what ought to be the best part. It's supposed to be what stage-struck young women want, isn't it? To act the beautiful young heroine and marry the beautiful young hero in a shower of bouquets and cheers from the gallery. But she is far from grateful. Women of my age naturally have to fall back on playing matrons. And I was careful to confine myself to that.
Oh, my dear, you're most unfair to yourself, you really are. But if you wouldn't mind, Father Brown, we ought to go and see if you can get through to Miss Moroni this way. If you just come this way.
Aren't you needed here?
No, it's all above my head, this stuff. The classics. I'll leave it to the wife. She's the clever one. Now, through here. Watch this. Oh, good heavens. Yeah, it's clever, isn't it? Demon King used to pop out through there. Come on, we'll let him get on with it.
The Demon King, you said?
Yeah. I miss all that, you know. I've had this theatre 20 years odd, since 92. Oh, 1892. I was what? 28 then. Yeah. I used to love the pantos. We did them all. Had the stage rigged out with trapdoors, every trick in the book. And a few that weren't in the book. I still keep all the old sets down here under the stage. Here, have a look at this.
Oh. Why, It looks like Bluebeard's castle.
So it is.
Ah.
Yeah. Of course, the mice have got out a bit now, but look at that. Lovely bit of work. Ah, the laughter of children, Father Brown. The laughter of the kiddies. Nothing like it.
Oh, yes.
No. Oh, we had them all here, we did, in the old days. Little Titch.
Oh.
Yes. Mr. Ralph, he always had to be called. George Eastwood, Vesta Tilly. Yeah. We even had poor old Dan Lido himself. Well,
did you really?
He did indeed. It was in a panto I first met Mrs. Mandeville, 8 years ago. I brought her in as principal boy. Of course, we don't do that sort of thing now. The wife has raised the tone a bit.
Yes, you're putting on School for Scandal.
Yes, yes. Well, the wife likes these, what she calls, classical comedies. Now, just between you and me, I reckon they're a sight more classic than comic. Still, not that we didn't have the classics here before, you know. We had Henry Irving one time. Sir Henry Irving in the Bells, it was.
Really?
Oh,
yes.
Yes. Right, here we are. This is my little den. If you listen, you can hear them all acting away on the stage above us. Eh?
Oh.
Yeah, someone's singing. Listen.
Yes. Ah. Oh.
That's it, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Now, Miss Maroney.
Yes, now, her dressing room's bang opposite, down that little corridor. See?
Oh, yes, yes. Who's the woman outside?
Oh, that's Mrs. Sands, my wife's dresser. Bit of an old tartar, but loyal as you like.
And the gentleman?
But he's our leading man, Norman Knight. Bit of, star, isn't that what they call them nowadays? Yeah. Anything up, Mrs. Sands?
I beg your pardon, sir.
Any sound from the prima donna?
I haven't heard anything. Not for some time, sir.
And you, Norman. Oh, by the way, this is Father Brown. I'm sure you recognise Norman Knight, Father Brown.
Oh, I am...
Charmed. Anyway, you heard anything from La Moroni, old chap?
Earlier on, there were a few what sounded like curses, but then the rest, shall we say, was silence.
Oh, blooming heck. Do you think she could have done herself in, Father Brown?
Well, if she'd been a German, gone away to think quietly about metaphysics and Weltschmerz, I should have been... Yes, Weltschmerz. I should have been all for breaking the door down. Well, these Italians don't really die so easily, and are not liable to kill themselves in a rage. Somebody else, perhaps. Yes, possibly. It might be as well to take ordinary precautions if she comes out with a leap.
Oh, blimey, that's just what we need. Hello? Who's there?
It's me, Governor.
Oh.
There's someone here wants to see you.
Well, tell him I'm busy, will you?
Andy.
Oh, God. Hello, Lady Miriam. How kind of you to call. Allow me, Lady Miriam Talbot.
What
this
a
is...
divine costume. Don't tell me you're playing Canon Chasuble. Or is that some other play, Monday?
Poor dear Oscar. My mother knew him, you know, when he was all the rage before...
No, Father Brown's not an actor. He's
now,
a real...
it's... Wait a minute. Don't tell me. It's Norman Wright, isn't it? Norman Wright?
Knight, Lady Miriam, Knight, not right.
What's not right?
No, he's not... He's Knight, my lady.
Oh, what a gaffe. A knight. I'm so sorry, Sir Norman. Now, you do forgive me, don't you, Sir Norman?
Yes, Lady Mirabelle.
Monday. I can't come tonight, and I don't want to.
Yes, well,
I
don't mind.
like writers, and I especially like actors, eh, Sir Norman? But I don't like plays. They're a bore.
Yes.
As
well,
I say, I can't come tonight, and I don't want to. But I've never seen a rehearsal in ordinary clothes.
Yeah.
Might be a bit funny, you know. You simply must let me see a rehearsal. That'll be different.
Lady
All
Miriam.
those funny people in the wrong clothes. Somehow nowadays, Sir Norman, one can never find a thing one's never seen.
Well, I cannot have...
I'm sorry, gents, if you'd excuse me just a minute or two. Of course, Lady Miriam, I can give you a box for the rehearsal if you wish it.
Oh, topping, Monday. Thanks awfully.
Not at all. Perhaps your ladyship would come this way.
Oh, yes.
I wonder whether Mandeville can be so much of a cad he actually prefers that sort of woman.
Prefers her to... yes. Perhaps we'd better relieve Mrs. Sands, Mr. Knight.
Yes. It's all right, Mrs. Sands. You can have a rest now.
Oh, very generous of you, I'm sure. Pity no one thought of letting me off earlier, and I might have got a bite to eat. Goodbye, then, gentlemen.
Our Mrs. Sands is rather a rough diamond.
Has she been with Mrs. Mandeville long?
Oh, yes. She was with her touring the classics before she met Mandeville. I think Mrs. Sands thinks this place is rather a come-down for her mistress. As between ourselves, it is.
Oh?
I certainly wouldn't dream of playing here if it wasn't for the opportunity of acting with someone of Mrs. Mandeville's talent, and, I may say, character.
Ah.
What she's doing married to the sort of man who brings in little Italian...
Yes, yes. Speaking of little Italians, I feel I really ought to perhaps try to make some sort of contact with Miss Moroni.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Scusi, signora. Scusi, signora Moroni. Sono un amico di signora Mandeville.
Porca puttana! Vattene all'inferno e lasciami in pace! Capisco perché la gente non si rende conto che io...
Yes. What she said? I think I'd rather not translate it, but at least we know she's alive. Oh, and kicking, it seems. Kicking? Well, she seems to be breaking glass with her feet. A looking glass, perhaps. Oh, dear. Ah, Mr. Mandeville.
Hello, Father Brown. Sorry about that. What news from in there?
Well, we've established she's still alive. She hasn't committed suicide.
Oh, well, that's a relief, as old Baden Powell said on Mafeking night, eh? Yeah. Well, do you think I should get Sam, the stage carpenter, to get the door off its hinges?
No, not if you want her to act in the play.
No?
If you force the door, she'll raise the roof and refuse to stay in the place. If, however, you leave her alone, she'll probably come out from mere curiosity.
You're a clever man, Father Brown.
But of course he is, dearest. Come along, Jarvis.
Yes, Mrs. Mandeville.
Dear Father Brown, I'm sorry we had to abandon you. Mr. Jarvis and I had to finish that scene. We couldn't go any farther without Maria, of course. Have you had any success with our little Italian termagant?
Yes, Father. Did you manage to communicate with her?
Yes, Mr. Jarvis, we did exchange a few words.
Father Brown thinks we should leave her alone for a bit more, you know, let her stew a bit.
In that case, I'll get Mrs. Sands to keep watch again, and we'll get on with rehearsing the scenes in which she doesn't appear. It was a pleasure to meet you, Father Brown.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Well, I'll get back to the office then. Thanks for the trouble, Father Brown. I'm sorry to have dragged you out here.
I must insist that at least you let us give you lunch.
Yes,
it's most kind.
There's a capital chop house right next door. They know me there. You tell them to charge it to me.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Oh, it's the least we could do, Father Brown.
Oh.
Mr. Jarvis, we'll be rehearsing the fourth act. I'll get someone to read in for you. Would you take Father Brown to lunch as our guest?
It'd be a pleasure, Mrs. Mandeville.
Oh, that's settled then. Now, everybody, the fourth act, not a dress rehearsal.
Very well then, dear lady, not a dress rehearsal. Good. I could wish the costumes of this infernal period weren't quite so elaborate.
Oh, I'll see you later then, Father Brown. Enjoy your meal. I must get stuck into some paperwork. Cheerio, all.
Anything else, gentlemen? We've some very tasty stilts.
Oh, no, thank you. I couldn't eat anything else. Yes, Mr. Mandeville was right. This is an excellent place, and really it is most generous of him to pay for the meal.
He's a strange one, Mandeville. Used to be as jovial a philanderer as ever sauntered down Piccadilly. But now, there's some sort of shadow in his life. Maybe something on his conscience. And I doubt whether it has anything to do with his fashionable flirtations. Well, look at the way he treats his poor neglected wife.
Neglected?
Oh, yes. It's pathetic the way she sometimes admits she wished she had a more intellectual life. Yet, she always does her duty. But I'm afraid I must be getting back. Waiter!
Yes, Mr. Jarvis.
This is to go on Mr. Mandeville's bill.
Yes, sir.
Waiter, you know Mr. Mandeville well?
Oh, yes, sir. Though he doesn't come in as often as he used to before he was married. But then we don't go to the theatre nowadays. Not since he's stopped doing pantos.
Ah, yes.
Wonderful they were, them pantos. They had Dan Leno as the dame once, Father.
Oh, yes, yes.
My wife was in that. She was the princess.
Was she, sir?
Yes.
I'm afraid I can't recall her, sir.
Oh.
We only had eyes for the old dame. How marvellous she was. He was.
Of course. That's it. That's what's the matter with our Italian friend. Is Miss Moroni a good actress, Mr. Jarvis?
Oh, yes, I'd say she is rather. She has quite a reputation, in fact.
Yes, we must get back. Did I have my umbrella, waiter?
I'll just get it, sir.
Thank you so much. You know, there is generally a perfectly good reason for mad Italian rages. The Latins are far more logical than we are.
Hello?
It was an excellent...
Hello?
Thank you. What?
I think this gentleman wishes to see you, sir.
Why, Inspector Bagshaw, what are you doing here?
I couldn't say the same of you, Father Brown. You seem to get everywhere.
Well, we do consider ourselves the Catholic Church, Inspector.
I'm sorry, I don't quite follow. Anyway, look, I'll tell you why I'm here. That theatre you were at this morning. There's been a murder.
Not Miss Maroney.
No, not Miss Maroney, Mr. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
This is Mr. Jarvis. He's one of my parishioners. He's also an actor.
Delighted to meet you, Inspector.
Mr. Jarvis, the actor. Well, Mr. Jarvis, can I ask you, where were you between the hours of 12:30 and 1:30 today?
He was having lunch with me.
Was he? Oh, well, one more to cross off the list of suspects. No offence meant, Mr. Jarvis, but you were my last hope.
No. Inspector,
and
will you
I can
please let
tell
us
you,
speak-
it's not Miss Maroney who's dead, though she has gone missing.
What?
When Mr. Knight found the body, they decided to break her door down. Well, it's understandable. Anyway, they found she'd gone, smashed a window and climbed out.
Good Lord.
Then who is dead, Inspector?
It's Mr. Mandeville, sir.
Mr. Mandeville?
Stabbed in his office when the door was locked, and everyone apart from you, sir, was on stage. As witnessed per Lady Miriam Talbot, who was watching them. Never come across anything like it. And that old cow in the corridor...
Mrs. Sachs?
Oh, yes, that's right, that one. She swears blind no one went near his office. Anyway, I'll be glad if you gentlemen come back to the theatre with me.
Yes.
I'd rather take your statements there. I left a young constable in charge, and you can't trust him these days.
But I've already told you all this before, Inspector.
If we could just go through it again, Mr. Knight, in case we missed anything.
Very well. As I said, we were all on the stage when this dreadful thing happened, beneath our feet, as it were. We just finished rehearsing Act 4 with poor Mrs. Mandeville. There, dear lady. Well, all of us except Mr. Jarvis.
Yes, I've spoken to him. Please continue, sir.
We couldn't do much more without Miss Maroney, so Mrs. Mandeville knocked on her husband's door to ask him to do something.
And what happened then, Mrs. Mandeville?
I knocked several times, Inspector, but could get no reply. I was naturally concerned that my husband might have been ill. Mr. Knight gallantly volunteered to break the door down.
Which you then did, and found the corpse, and I quote, lying forward on his desk, stabbed in the neck with an old property dagger.
Inspector, have a care for the lady's feelings.
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Mandeville. I'm very sorry to distress you further. But is there any other entrance to Mr. Mandeville's office?
How do you mean, Father Brown?
What is there, for instance, another door?
Oh, no. It was just a sort of wooden box built under the stage when we stopped doing those awful pantomimes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm afraid this has all been rather a shock. Would you excuse me?
Oh, of course, Mrs. Mandeville.
Oh,
Mrs. Mandeville.
Oh, Mr. Knight. Thank you. I'm afraid I came over a little faint. Mr. Knight, perhaps you would be kind enough to...
But of course, dear lady. If this inspector will allow me to leave...
Yes, go on.
That is very strange, Inspector.
Oh, Lady Miriam. Now, what's that? What's strange?
I'm sure Mundy told me his name was Wright, not Knight. I say, do you think that's significant?
I doubt it, Lady Miriam. What I
When
should like
exactly did you leave your box, Lady Miriam?
Oh, the very moment they finished that thing they were doing. I mean, it was all jolly interesting, but I was getting a teeny bit bored. So I popped down to say thank you and bye-bye to poor Mundy.
Yes, if I were you, Lady Miriam, I'd go and have a rest. It's all been a nasty shock. If Inspector Bagshaw has finished.
Oh, yes. You go and have a lie down, my lady.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Thank you. Poor old Mundy. Poor old thing.
What about me? Can I go too?
Ah, dear Mrs. Sands, just one thing.
What?
You are quite sure that no one went into Mr. Mandeville's office?
Like I said, I was outside all the time. Nobody came. I didn't fall asleep.
Yes,
and
but
before you ask me again, that Italian thing didn't come out neither. And I didn't hear no scream from him. Satisfied?
Thank you.
Now can I go?
Don't leave the building.
Ta very much, I must say.
My opinion is that Mrs. Sands is a grumpy, gloomy sort of card.
You think she's lying? Is that what you mean?
No, I think I meant it more or less as a detached study of character.
Well, if it's not her, it's got to be the Moroni woman, though, how she did it. What a conundrum.
Oh, dear. I've just realised. I'd rather fear I myself was a witness to Miss Moroni not being the murderer.
What?
Yes, it's very foolish of me. Oh, I should have realised. You see, an hour or so before the murder, I heard her smashing something. I stupidly thought she was breaking a mirror. But I'm sure an actress would be much too superstitious to smash a mirror.
Of course.
Yes, she must have been making her escape by breaking the window well before the murder.
So it has to be Mrs. Sands. Then God knows why she'd do it.
Oh, I'm sure God would know if she had done it.
But Father Brown, you said she was an unpleasant character.
Oh, I certainly said that Mrs. Sands' sulky look was a study in character, but not in the character of Mrs. Sands herself. If you want to know what a lady is like, don't look at her, for she may be too clever for you. Don't look at the men around her, for they may be too silly about her. But look at some other woman who is always near her, and especially one who is under her. You will see in that mirror her real face. And the face mirrored in Mrs. Sands was very ugly. The true face of her mistress was mirrored there.
Surely you don't mean Mrs. Mandeville?
Everybody regards her as a person of the most exalted ideals, almost moving on a higher plane than the rest of us.
I suspect that, like her servant, she is perhaps, as the inspector would say, something of a cow.
Oh, come on. I'm sure Mrs. Mandeville's behaviour towards the Italian girl was beautiful.
Oh, on the contrary. It struck me from the very first that she was being unfair to that poor Italian. And it was brought home to me in the chop house. Do you remember? The waiter had forgotten your wife as the beautiful princess, but only remembered Dan Leno as the old dame.
Wait a minute. What's Dan Leno got to do with it?
Well, Dan Leno had the star part. Isn't that the word? The matronly dame. And besides him, the beautiful princess was comparatively unimportant. Now, in The School for Scandal, the star part is also the matron, Lady Teazle, the part Mrs. Mandeville so charitably gave herself, while the part of the beautiful young heroine, as she called it, must be Maria, which is hardly a part at all.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, if the Italian was, as you say, a first-rate actress who had been promised a star part, she really had some excuse for her Italian rage.
Father Brown, I can't accept your view of Mrs. Mandeville. In all the time I've worked with her, she never complained.
Oh, what you mean is Mrs. Mandeville told you she never complained. As she told Norman Knight, she never complained, and probably every other man in the company. But in private, oh, yes, she complained. And yet, really, what did she have to complain about? Nobody pretended that her husband drank or beat her or left her without money. And though he may have been something of a philanderer before he met her, I suspect he was so much in awe of her as to have been completely faithful as a husband. Yes, when one looks at the facts, apart from the atmospheric impression of martyrdom she contrived to spread, the facts were really quite the other way. Mandeville left off making money on pantomimes to please her. He started losing money on classical drama to please her. She wanted to play Lady Teazle in The School for Scandal, and she got to do so. And no doubt she arranged the scenery and furniture as she wanted.
Yes, yeah, but what's that got to do with
Oh,
it?
you've lost me again. What are you getting at, Father Brown?
Can we go down to Mr. Mandeville's office, Inspector?
Well, if you want to. You want to view the corpse?
No. I want to view the ceiling. Ah, yes, look up there. I thought so. You see, Mr. Jarvis?
Yes. Yes, I do see. Good heavens.
Well, I don't.
This used to be a pantomime theatre, Inspector. This office is built under the stage. It's full of all sorts of tricks and devices. Immediately above us is one of the trapdoors. That was how the murderer got in, down from the stage.
But everyone was on stage. You think someone popped out in full view of everyone else?
No, the plan could only work in the fourth act of School for Scandal.
Of course, the famous fourth act.
Look, I only went to a board school. Will somebody please explain?
In the fourth act of the play, Lady Teazle spends a very long time hidden behind a screen when her husband arrives at an embarrassing moment. She's technically on stage,
But if Mrs. Mandeville had fixed for the screen to be around this here trapdoor, she could nip down, catch her old man unawares, pretend she had something to say to him, and...
Yes, and that was Mrs. Mandeville's alibi.
I think I'd better go and have a word with Mrs. Mandeville.
What about motive, Father?
Oh, I suspect we need look no further than Mr. Knight.
You think she's in love with him?
I do hope so, for really it would be the most human excuse. But I have my doubts. She wanted to get rid of her husband, an old-fashioned, vulgar, suburban hack, not even making much money. Yes, she wanted a career as a brilliant classical actress, married to a rapidly rising actor. She was always dogging her husband in private, hoping to use one of his former liaisons as an excuse for a divorce. He died because he wished to remain faithful to her, and she could not bring herself simply to run away with her lover. Her ladylike values demanded respectability, and she was prepared to kill for it.
In The Actor and the Alibi by G.K. Chesterton, the part of Father Brown was played by Andrew Sachs, Munden Mandeville by Peter Jeffrey, Mrs. Mandeville by Sheila Grant, Inspector Bagshaw by Bill Wallace, Ashton Jarvis by David Brierley, Norman Knight by Charles Bailey, Lady Miriam Talbot by Fleur Chandler, the house manager and the waiter by Jonathan Scott, Mrs. Sands by Pauline Letts, and Miss Maroney by Karen Asco. The Actor and the Alibi was adapted by John Scotney, and the director from Bristol was Alec Reed.
We present The Absence of Mr. Glass, adapted for radio by John Scotney, with Andrew Sachs as Father Brown, Olivier Pierre as Flambeau, and Bernard Archard as Dr. Orion Hood.
Always when I got the kettle on.
Excuse me.
Yes? What do you want?
My name is Brown, Father Brown. I believe a friend of mine, a Monsieur Flambeau, is a guest here.
Monsieur Flambeau? Oh, come in.
Oh, thank you.
Wait here.
Oh, thank you so much.
Monsieur Flambeau? There's a clerical gentleman here, says he knows you.
Father Brown?
Yes.
Ah, my dear Father Brown.
Flambeau.
What a pleasure to see you. You had my message.
Oh, indeed, yes.
As soon as I learned you were visiting the resort, I told Mr. The gentleman who lives here, and he, my host, is most anxious to make your acquaintance. Please, would you tell the master Father Brown is here?
Very good, sir.
Flambeau, what is this? Why all this secrecy? The gentleman who lives here, the master, my host. Who is it you're staying with?
Let us simply say a very eminent consulting detective, now living in retirement on the south coast and devoting himself to beekeeping.
Good heavens! You don't mean Shh!
Indeed. My host does not like his real name to be used.
Oh, but surely he has nothing to be ashamed of.
No, but since his retirement from his all too well-known address in Baker Street, he has no desire to be plagued by heads of state and baffled detectives every time a case of more than usual complexity comes up.
Yes.
So he chooses to call himself Dr. Hood.
Dr. Hood?
Dr. Orion Hood, my dear Father Brown.
Ah, Dr. Hood. Hello.
The name Hood may be assumed, but as it happens, the title of doctor is not. I hold the degrees of Doctor of Letters from several universities, though I am not, my regret, a Doctor of Medicine, like my old colleague and chronicler.
Yes.
But I observe that it is blustery on the coast. So blustery, I perceive, that you abandoned your original intention of walking from the town by the seashore, and instead turned inland and came over the downs.
Sir, mon Dieu, you deduced so much.
No.
My dear sir, excellent.
Elementary, my dear Flambeau.
Elementary.
Well, you know my methods. Father Brown's soutane is covered in specks of salt, which suggests that a strong wind has blown sea spray onto it.
Yeah.
But it is no longer wet, so it has had time to dry. Therefore, it must be some time since he left the seashore.
Of course.
And you will, of course, have noticed that his boots have both sand and the chalky mud of the downs on them.
I'm so sorry, I must wipe them.
Come through to my study.
Oh.
My admirable housekeeper has prepared us tea and muffins.
Oh, how delightful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mrs. Bush, you may pour tea now. There will be 3 of us.
Yes, sir.
You are no doubt wondering why I have invited Monsieur Flambeau to stay with me, Father Brown.
Why, yes, as a matter of fact, Mr.
Hood, Father Brown. During his singular criminal career, Monsieur Flambeau had a hand in several cases which, I must say, taxed my powers to the limits.
Oh, you are too kind.
No. And he's kindly agreed to be my guest for a few days and discuss them with me. But pray sit down, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Stop! Father Brown, no. I beg you, do not sit there.
Why, what is it? Oh, good heavens.
My violins.
Oh, so sorry.
I'm afraid my habits remain somewhat untidy. Do please sit down. And if you would care to fill your pipe, I have some excellent Balkan tobacco somewhere. Where did I put it? It's in a slipper, a Persian slipper.
It's stuck to the mantelpiece with a knife, sir.
Oh, yes, of course, thank you. Old habits die hard, gentlemen.
They do indeed, sir.
That will be all, thank you, Mrs. Bush.
Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
Now, Father Brown.
Yes.
You are visiting one of your former parishioners, a Mrs. McNabb, a widow who is in some distress about her daughter.
Yes. Goodness, how could you deduce that?
Oh, my methods are sometimes quite straightforward. When Mrs. McNabb saw Flambeau in town yesterday, she recognized him as a close friend of her old parish priest and a frequent visitor to your room.
And it was she who told me you were coming down to see her.
Mrs. McNabb lives in one of those straggly houses near the town's end. She has one daughter.
Maggie?
Yes.
Pray proceed.
Well, she lets lodgings, and at the moment has just the one lodger, this young man called Mr.
Todhunter.
Todhunter, and he wants to marry the young woman.
And what does she want?
Why, she wants to marry him. That's just the awful complication. You see, she won't let them get married. Mrs. McNabb won't.
And the fellow is an ingenious rascal, no doubt. I recall a similar case, once brought to me by an illustrious client.
Yes, I'm sure. But young James Todhunter is a very decent man, as far as I know.
He seems to have quite a pocketful of money, but nobody knows what his trade is.
Mrs. McNabb is quite sure it's something dreadful and probably connected with dynamite.
Ah, yes. In the case of the illustrious client, my own experience...
Yes. No. The dynamite must be of a shy and noiseless sort, for no one's heard it.
Yet it seems the poor fellow shuts himself up for several hours a day and works away at something behind a locked door.
Well, Mrs. McNabb is very distraught. She told me a strange tale of 2 voices heard talking in the room, though when she opened the door, Todhunter was alone.
Interesting.
But also he has a huge trunk in the corner of his room, which he keeps locked all day. Mrs. McNabb even half suggested that this other man crawls out from it every night.
No doubt it is full of Transylvanian soil.
What? Sorry, I don't quite follow. Transylvania...
What is this disturbance?
Oh, thank
heavens, you're here.
Calm yourself, young lady, calm yourself. I'm extremely sorry, Dr. Hood. I tried to stop her, but this young woman said she must see the famous detective, and...
I see. Well, it is a most irregular proceeding, but...
Excuse me interrupting, Your Honour, but I must see Father Brown at once. It's a matter of extreme urgency.
Father Brown? Oh, I see. Then you are Maggie McNabb, I presume?
How did you know that, sir?
Oh, it's obvious, my dear young lady. Father Brown arrived in the town only today in order to visit your family. He is unlikely to be acquainted with anyone else here, certainly not anyone who reposes such trust in him that in an emergency they travel 2 miles out here to seek his assistance rather than summon the immediate aid of the local police. Now, I beg you, tell us what has happened. And Flambeau...
Yes?
Ask my man to get the dog cart ready. I dare venture we shall be needing it.
I have a 4-wheeler waiting outside, sir.
You are indeed a young lady of enterprise. Come, gentlemen, let us hear Miss McNabb's story in the cab.
Now then, Maggie, tell us what has happened.
Oh, Father Brown, I'm terribly afraid that James has been murdered.
What?
That man Glass has been with him again. I heard it all through the door.
Yes?
They were talking quite plain. James speaks low with a burr, and the other voice was high and quavery.
That man Glass, who is he? This Mr. Glass?
In truth, I don't know, sir. I know nothing about him, except his name is Glass. They were quarrelling about money, I think, for I heard James say again and again, "Damn it, Mr. Glass," and then 2, 3, Mr. Glass, damn it.
But what makes you think the young man has been murdered?
Well, after I heard their quarrelling, there was a silence.
Yes?
I tried to break the door down, but I couldn't.
So what did you do?
Then I ran round to the backyard and managed to climb onto the windowsill that looks into the room. It was all dim, but there were all sorts of things scattered about. And I swear I saw James lying huddled up in a corner, as if he were drugged or strangled.
Oh, this is serious. Whip up, cabby!
Allez, plus vite!
There seemed to be some playing cards littered about.
Is that so?
And some wine glasses.
Yes.
And that was strange, because James is almost teetotal. Oh, and one of them was broken.
Interesting.
At least one. And there was a gentleman's silk top hat. And there was... Oh, my God!
What?
Yeah.
I've just realised what it was.
Yes?
A long knife or sword lying glinting on the ground.
Mon Dieu.
Oh, Father Brown, I hope James is all right.
There, my child.
Oh, Father
You say Mr. Todhunter is not given to strong drink. Is he in any other way profligate with his money? Is he a gambler?
Oh, no, sir. James is very careful. Not mean, you understand. Just careful. We were saving to get married.
Oh, come, my dear.
Here we are.
Come.
Gentlemen, come, let us descend. There is no time to waste. Mrs. McNabb! Mrs. McNabb!
My mother isn't at home, sir.
Oh.
But I have the key.
Oh, gentlemen. Now, Miss McNabb, I hardly know what we shall find upstairs. You will understand if I say that it would be best if you did not come up for the moment. Father Brown?
Yes?
Whilst I would greatly value your help upstairs, I feel you can be of even greater assistance to Miss McNabb as her friend and pastor. If you would be good enough to remain with her while Monsieur Flambeau and I go up.
Yes.
She seems to be in great need of comfort.
Yes, of course.
Come now, Flambeau. There's not a moment to be lost. There, that must be the one. It's the only shut door of any of the rooms that face the garden. Monsieur Flambeau, you are a little more burly than Miss McNabb. Do you think you could break it down?
Oh, I should be able to. Oh, it's stronger than I thought. Oh, here, let me try again. Voilà, ça y est. This way. Oh, no wonder it wouldn't budge. Look at the size of those bolts.
And secured on the inside. That is most remarkable, my dear Flambeau. Now, let us enter. There, unless I'm greatly mistaken, lies Mr. Todhunter.
Is he dead?
As you hear, he is not. No. No, he appears to be gagged and tied up. This is most interesting, most interesting. Yes. Doctor, your stethoscope, please.
I am not a doctor. You're thinking of...
Yes, of course. Foolish of me. Now, let me see. Yes. His pulse is a little exalted, but basically normal. There seems to be no sign of injury.
Well, aren't you going to untie him?
No.
But why not?
I have my reasons. However, until I am completely sure, I would rather not reveal them. Yes. Yes. Here is everything just as that admirable young woman described it. Playing cards, wine goblets, broken and complete top hat. Ah, yes, and here is the sword, I think. Now, this is very curious. Do you observe?
My God, yes. There's a drop of blood on it.
Oh, that surely, in the circumstances, might reasonably be expected. What is curious is that there should be so little blood, a mere drop. Ah, the top hat is remarkable. Now, where is my lens? What do you make of the hat, Monsieur Flambeau?
It must belong to Mr. Glass. It is exceptionally large, much, much too large for Mr. Todhunter.
I see the faculty of observation is contagious.
Yes.
It is indeed very large. I have only ever known one man with such a large cranium.
You don't mean Professor...
No, impossible. It cannot be he, no. Come over here, would you?
Yes?
Now, would you reach up?
Like this?
Yes, I thought so. You are a large man, Flambeau, yet you cannot reach within 6 inches of this gas bracket. But what do you see on the bracket?
A small fragment of glass. What of it?
You see, but you do not notice. It is a fragment of wine glass. Clearly, the hand holding it must have smashed it against the bracket. Now, Todhunter here is quite short, so it must be his mysterious visitor.
He must be a giant of a man.
Yes, but an elderly giant, and something of a dandy. His hat is of a stylish shape, and systematically brushed and burnished, though not new.
And from this you deduce that he is an old man?
No, but if you examine it under a lens, it has other peculiarities. The hair of human beings falls out in varying degrees, but always falls out slightly. So I should expect to find a number of hairs on the hatband, but there are very few, and what there are all pure white, which suggests an almost bald, white-haired man, an elderly man, as is confirmed by the querulous voice Miss McNabb heard.
Who is it? Who's there?
Oh, it's only me. Mrs. McNabb has returned, so I left young Maggie with her.
Oh, Father Brown, it is magnificent. Mr. Hood...
Doctor...
Sorry. Dr. Hood has established that Mr. Glass is tall from this fragment of broken wine glass on the gas bracket, that he has an enormous cranium, and is a dandy from his hat. And also, from his hat, that he is an old man, because his hatband has few hairs on it, and they are pure white.
Really, that does indeed sound remarkable. But isn't this poor James? Oh, well, alive, I'm glad to see, but why have you not untied him?
I will explain all presently. It was by being too precipitate in the case of the giant rat of Sumatra.
I'm sure he's all right.
Oh, you have my word of honour. You need have no worries for Mr. Todhunter.
Yes, but... Oh, well, good. Then do please continue. This is all most interesting.
Thank you. Now, I may say that it is possible that the man Glass was bald or nervous through dissipation rather than age. Mr. Todhunter, it has been remarked, is a quiet, thrifty gentleman, essentially an abstainer. These cards and wine cups are no part of his normal habit. They have been produced for a particular companion, but we may go farther. Mr. Todhunter may or may not possess this wine service, but he seems to possess no wine. What, then, do these vessels contain?
Well, what do you think?
Well, I would suggest whiskey or brandy.
From a flask in Mr. Glass's pocket.
Exactly. Now we have something like the picture of the man, or at least the type. Tall, elderly, fashionable, but somewhat frayed, certainly fond of play and strong waters, perhaps too fond of them. Mr. Glass is a gentleman not unknown on the fringes of society.
It is quite remarkable, your construction, my dear sir.
quite remarkable. Oh, I must congratulate you on it.
Oh, it is merely a simple use of the scientific imagination, Father Brown. My method is founded on the observance of trifles, the application of logic.
Oh, yes, indeed. But,
yes?
Shouldn't we tell Miss McNabb that Mr. Todhunter is alive?
Yes, perhaps it would be as well. Would you call her up, Father Brown?
Oh, yes, I will. Miss McNabb?
I fear, Monsieur Flambeau, that what I have to say may well distress Miss McNabb.
How do you mean?
Well, we've seen something of the figure and quality of Mr. Glass. What are the chief facts known of Mr. Todhunter here? They are substantially three. That he is economical, that he is more or less wealthy, and that he has a secret. Now, are these not the chief marks of a man who is likely to be blackmailed?
James! James! Thank heavens you're all right. Are you all right? Why is James tied up?
There are sufficient reasons.
Father Brown, why is James still tied up?
Yes, Dr. Hood, why is he still tied up?
Patience, my dear lady, patience. I was just explaining, Father Brown, that Mr. Todhunter is just the kind of man who is likely to be blackmailed.
Blackmailed?
Now, is it not equally obvious to the trained mind that the faded finery, the profligate habits, and the shrill irritation of Mr. Glass are the unmistakable marks of the kind of man who blackmails?
And so these two men met here today and quarrelled using blows and a bare weapon?
Perhaps. Though it is a maxim of mine never
Are you going to take these ropes off?
No.
No?
I think those ropes will do very well till your friends the police bring the handcuffs.
What do you mean?
Because you find Mr. Todhunter tied up, you all jump to the conclusion that Mr. Glass had tied him up, and then, I suppose, escaped. Well, there are 4 objections to this.
I should be very interested to hear them.
So should I.
Very well, you shall. First, why should a gentleman as dressy as our friend Glass leave his hat behind if he left of his own free will? Second, how did he leave?
How do you mean?
The window is secured by iron bars. The door, as you discovered, Mr. Flambeau, was bolted from the inside very securely. Thirdly, this blade here has a tiny touch of blood at the point, but there is no wound on Mr. Todhunter. Mr. Glass took that wound away with him.
He took it away with him?
Dead or alive, Miss McNabb. Consider, is it not much more likely that the blackmailed person would try to kill his incubus rather than that the blackmailer would try to kill the goose that lays his golden eggs? Here I think we have a pretty common story. Todhunter was being blackmailed and...
Yes, but the ropes.
Ah, the ropes. I have looked at all the knots on Mr. Todhunter. You will recall, my dear Flambeau, it was the first thing I did upon entering the room.
Yes?
Well, I have made quite a study of knots. I've even written a small monograph on the subject. Come. I suspected something of the sort the moment I realized the door was bolted from the inside. Every one of these knots Mr. Todhunter made himself, and each is so designed that he might loosen it himself. You are a formidable antagonist, Mr. Todhunter, a man of singular ingenuity.
You mean that...
Yes, this whole affair of the ropes is a clever trick, a fake, to make us think him the victim of the struggle instead of the wretched Glass.
Then where is Mr. Glass?
Well, I do not wish to distress you, Miss McNabb, but your mother may not have been far off the mark when she attributed a sinister value to that extremely large trunk in the corner. I suspect that if we were able to obtain the keys to it, we would find...
Say it again, please.
What?
Do you mean that those knots are tied by Mr. Todhunter?
Yes.
And that they're tied in such a way that it is intended that he should be able also to untie them himself?
Precisely. That is what I mean.
Jerusalem. I wondered if it could possibly be it. Excuse me. Mr. Todhunter, may I just... Oh, yes, I see what you mean.
What?
But,
Father Brown?
Yes, you're right, that's it. Can't you see it in the man's face?
What on earth do you mean?
But look at his eyes.
His eyes do look queer. You brutes! I believe it's hurting him. James, are you all right?
No, not that, I think. The eyes have a certain, what shall I say, singular expression, but I would interpret those transverse wrinkles as expressing rather such slight psychological abnormality.
Oh, bosh! Can't you see that he's laughing?
Laughing? What on earth is there to laugh at?
Well, not to put too fine a point on it, I think he's laughing at you. And indeed, I'm a little inclined to laugh at myself. Now I know the profession of Mr. Todhunter, or rather, the profession he aspires to.
Is this relevant? I hardly think what Mr. Todhunter does for a living is germane to the issue.
You amaze me, my friend.
Oh, no, but Mr. Todhunter would like to amaze you. Oh, my dear Mr. Todhunter, please, bear with me a moment. What a fool I was to forget we are in a seaside town.
Father Brown, I don't understand.
Oh, Dr. Hood, you are a great poet.
I beg your pardon?
You have called an uncreated being out of the void. How much more godlike that is than if you had only ferreted out the mere facts. Indeed, the mere facts are rather ordinary by comparison.
Father Brown, I have long admired your successes in my field, but...
Mere trifles compared to your triumphs.
Oh, well, you should not believe all you read. But now, I confess, I have no notion what you are talking about. My facts are all inevitable, though necessarily incomplete. A place may be permitted to intuition, or poetry, if you prefer the term, but only because the corresponding details cannot as yet be ascertained, in the absence of Mr. Glass.
Ah, that's it. That is it. That's the first idea to get fixed. The absence of Mr. Glass. He is so extremely absent. I suppose that there never was anybody as absent as Mr. Glass.
Do you mean he is absent from town?
I mean he is absent from everywhere. He is absent from the nature of things, so to speak.
Do you seriously mean that there is no such person?
It does seem a pity.
Then how do you explain the first proof we found? If there is no Mr. Glass, whose hat is this?
Exactly.
It is yours, is it not, Mr. Todhunter?
But, look... It doesn't fit him. He couldn't possibly wear it.
My friend, I never said he could wear it. I said it was his hat. Or if you insist on a shade of difference, a hat that is his.
How do you mean?
Well, Maggie, if you go to a hatter's shop, you'll see lots of hats that belong to the hatter, but none of them his hat.
But the hatter can get money out of his stock of new hats. What could Mr. Todhunter get out of his exceptionally large old hat?
Rabbits.
Rabbits?
White rabbits. Yes. The hat has few traces of hair, not because Mr. Glass is bald, but because it has never been worn. If you were to examine those white hairs you saw under a microscope, Dr. Hood, you would find they are not human, but rabbit, lost while the white rabbit was being pulled out of the hat. And yes, it's the same with the sword. Mr. Todhunter has no wound on him, but he has a slight wound inside him. Yes, which, to judge from the expression on his face, is not a serious one.
And the cards?
Are for card tricks. They are scattered about because Mr. Todhunter is not yet very good at card tricks, any more than he is, as yet, good at sword swallowing. Hence the slight nick.
What about the ropes? This gentleman says James should be able to escape from them.
Ah, precisely, he should be able to. He is also practising to be an escapologist. At present he seems better able to tie himself in knots than to escape from those knots.
But what about the two voices I heard?
Have you never heard a ventriloquist?
Father Brown, your reputation is clearly deserved. You are a singularly ingenious person, but there is just one part of Mr. Glass you have not succeeded in explaining away.
Yes?
His name. Miss McNabb distinctly heard Mr. Todhunter say, "Damn it, Mr. Glass."
Well, that's the silliest part of the whole silly story. Since he manifestly is unable to escape from his own bonds, Flambeau, would you cut him free with his own sword?
Certainly.
Yes, then perhaps Mr. Todhunter will explain.
Oh, thank you.
James, are you all right?
Yes, Maggie, I'm all right. Oh, I was beginning to think they'd never release me.
I must apologise, Mr. Todhunter.
I should think so too.
Oh, no, not at all, not at all. A perfectly natural mistake.
Aha, but who is this Mr. Glass?
Well, you see, I was practising juggling with glasses. Only I haven't quite got the knack of it yet. To tell you the truth, I nearly did myself a nasty injury when one shattered against the gas bracket.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, and I tend to talk to myself when I'm concentrating. It's a silly habit, I know. So as I toss the glasses up, I'd say 1, 2, 3, and so on. Only I kept missing them. And every time I missed a glass, I'm afraid I used rather strong language. What you heard me saying was 1, 2, 3, etc. Then, missed a glass. Missed a glass.
Mr. Glass.
That's right. Oh, and by the way, I had to lock the door. Partly because I didn't want Miss McNabb seeing the tricks till I got them right. And partly because, well, it's a thing about being a magician. You got to keep your secrets secret. Oh, my card.
Oh, thank you. Zaladin, the world's greatest conjurer, contortionist, ventriloquist, and human kangaroo. You will be appearing next month at the Empire Pavilion. You are Zaladin, the world's greatest conjurer, etc.
Yeah, well, I know it's coming on a bit strong, sir, but that's the nature of these things, you know. The truth is, gentlemen, I've just been left a bit of money and took the opportunity to get started in the business. All that world's greatest stuff, well, I'm afraid I rather overestimated my powers.
Oh,
you
dear
are not
James.
the only person to have done that, Mr. Todhunter. I thought I had schooled myself to believe only the empirical evidence of my eyes, for which reason I'm obliged to tell you, Father Brown,
yes.
I cannot believe in a deity.
Oh.
And yet, I confess, I believed the whole romantic fantasy I had spun myself. How could that be?
Well, you will excuse me for saying so, Dr. Hood, but I have often observed that when people cease to believe in God, they do not then, as one might expect, believe in nothing. It is rather the case that they will believe in anything.
In The Absence of Mr. Glass by G.K. Chesterton, the part of Father Brown was played by Andrew Sachs. Flambeau, Olivier Pierre. Orion Hood, Bernard Archard. Maggie, Deborah Makepeace. Todhunter, Kim Wall. Housekeeper, Margaret Ward. The Absence of Mr. Glass was adapted by John Scotney and directed in Bristol by Alec Reed.